Able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Tonight, mainly clear skies. Overnight low will drop down in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Plenty of sunshine on Friday. A high will be into the low 90s. And then Saturday, expecting to see sunny skies, highs in the lower 90s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 71 days.
Coming to you live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas.
I'm Phil Elson. I'm back in the home studio. I don't really want to be here today, but I am. Actually, nice to be home, to be quite honest. Matt Jones in the ESPN Arkansas studios alongside Christian Johnston. And guys, you want to make this a best of halftime today? Morning Rush got to do a best of.
I figured we'd do another Therapy Friday. I think it was very soothing yesterday for everybody. I figured people would still be on. Maybe it was a one-day thing, but I figured we'd still have a lot of people wanting to kind of get, now that it's kind of settled in a little bit, just kind of maybe talk about the baseball season, man. It was pretty awesome. We won 50 games again.
That's right. It's only the fifth time that's ever happened. So, I mean, that's a big, nice round number if we're going to go by round numbers. Therapy Thursday felt good. Yeah, that was really helpful for all of the callers who lined up. Heck, we probably had more callers yesterday than at any other point. Yeah, not all week or really the last few months. It just kind of felt like just kind of let it all out thing. But if if you got any more thoughts about what happened or just the season, I thought maybe to look next week at some of our favorite moments from each of the teams that we cover: football, men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, any of the other programs too. But I guess I was thinking about that for tomorrow. This could still be a therapy Friday. It's not going to be alliterative though, but it's supposed to be usually a fastball Friday. But we're not throwing fastballs today. There won't be any games of the College World Series today. There's going to be press conferences and getting set for the championship series that'll begin tomorrow. That's going to not be on my television, to put it mildly.
Do they make it to your boy Adrian Peterson as far as Coastal Carolina? Do they get to 28 straight wins? I mean, I don't know if we've talked about that at all, but that's
amazing.
It's
isn't
pretty
it?
Remarkable.
Well, and I haven't even looked back at when the last loss would be, but if you're talking college baseball and if it's 26 games, that's got to be a month and a half, at the very least a month and a half of no losses. But in order for Coastal to win the championship, they're going to have to beat either one of Cade Anderson or Anthony Ianson, and then if they lose one of the games to those guys, they're going to have to win a winner-takes-all game 3, which would favor Coastal, I think, since LSU wouldn't be without their best pitchers. But Yeah, you know what? So there's going to be a championship game on Sunday, Matt. I don't know if it coincides with the same time as NBA Game 7, Final 7, but that's what I'd be watching. Be the only out of all the college baseball I've watched this year, and my addiction to college baseball now, and specifically Razorback baseball. And Matt, would I ever not watch any of the 7 games of the Major League World Series? I'm not going to watch any. I'd watch every one of them. That's right, every pitch. I don't feel like I want to watch the College World Series finals. I'm going to be more interested in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, which did I see this is the first Game 7 in 9 years?
2016 was the last one. And if you watch, I got to watch the game last night. And the thing about it's not necessarily, I mean, superstars have to be big in finals, in a playoff series. We get that. No question about it. The thing is, Phil, it's like, whenever you're at home, it's like the role players play better. The role players outplayed Oklahoma City up and down the floor yesterday. You still had 21 from SGA. Jalen Williams had a hot start and then cooled off. And then it was almost like they pulled back. That you could tell Oklahoma City wanted to see what kind of Indiana team was going to come out there and play. Indiana brought it. And they're like, you know what? We're not going to waste energy, waste effort. And I get it, you're down 22 at one point, and so they kind of pulled back a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see if you can get the same role players, because I've told you, watch Obi Toppin play. They didn't speed him up one time. He gets on my nerves so he's just built different and can shoot a little bit, so he gets to play in the NBA, but he doesn't have a bag. He doesn't have anything he can do, and if you speed him up a little bit, he'll turn the ball over.
Do you think it helps for role players specifically, and anybody that's not the main star of a team, when your dude like Halliburton is injured and there's a chance that he may not play? Now, I know we all expected that he would play. It just may not be the same guy, and he really, obviously wasn't the same guy that he was when the injury occurred, and he didn't score a single field goal. He did hit 5 yesterday, including 3 threes. But with the knowledge that, hey, our guy isn't at 100%, doesn't that mean somebody else, they're going to take the responsibility upon themselves and maybe just spread it out as a team? As it certainly seems like that's what Indiana's done.
Both these teams are very similar, Phil. That's what I said coming in. They both have depth. They both have guys they can bring in off the bench. TJ McConnell is like a little Mighty Mouse. He's kind of what J.J. Barea was in Dallas for Rick Carlisle, if Christian C. Unit will remember. He comes in and he's just like
I remember when Andrew Bynum clotheslined him in the playoffs, just out of frustration,
because he's just so fat. He's always going to 11. Like you're almost like, bro, chill out a little bit. But he's always just every single thing is going to 11, and he doesn't. The thing that he makes the right basketball play. I was talking with 45 before the show, and he was talking about Pascal Siakam. He makes the right basketball play. That's his superpower. Is you don't speed him up. He makes the right basketball play. That's what TJ McConnell does.
That's a coach's son right there, Matt.
That's right.
Mean, that's a guy that I think was studying the game of basketball in the womb, for crying out loud. And it's 6'1", 190. We think about the size you have to be in order to be a successful NBA player, but what about just having the knowledge of the game?
That's his superpower.
Shooting ability too, right? I mean, that's a superpower that's a little difficult sometimes to be able to just watch and tell, because we think of speed, we think of shooting ability, we think of size too. The pterodactyls. I don't even know what kind of flying dinosaur TJ McConnell might be. I got to study up on that a little bit.
He would be Petrie in The Land Before Time. Chris, you didn't know that. There we go.
Yeah, I got to admit, I haven't seen The Land Before Time. Is that all right?
That's the only one I saw. I think they only get more fast and more furious, but I've only seen that first one. But you had Petrie, yeah.
Well, we're on our 5th dragon movie, How to Train Your Dragon. Now that it's going to be it's supposed to be a cartoon, or is this like real life How to Be a Dragon? Anyway, yeah, I'll watch that NBA game. I didn't listen last night. Matt, yesterday, a drive from Omaha to Little Rock, where I live, is 9. Anytime you look at Google Maps and it says, it's going to take 9 hours, basically take 30 minutes off of it. I don't know what it is about Google Maps. They just think you're going 55 miles an hour, which nobody does that.
Except for me.
And what's that?
Except for me.
Yeah, sure.
I go 1 mile over the speed limit wherever I go. I don't even want to talk to the boys in blue. Let me go, and we'll be all right.
Of course, Shador went 55 times 2 yesterday, from what I read.
He's a fifth-round draft pick, so he's just keeping it going. It's just he's trying out. He can go to the University of Georgia next year. I think that's kind of a prereq to get into that school.
All of a sudden, I'm starting to think one of the songs we can play today will be Sammy Hagar's very famous "I Can't Drive 55." And the thing is, who even does that now? Even where the speed limit is 55, nobody's really going 55. See, Christian, there used to be a national speed limit. That's an amazing thing. President Clinton was the one, I think, that sort of led the charge to get it eliminated. But you used to only be able to go 55 miles an hour all across the country. That was the speed limit for the entire 50 states. And Sammy Hagar, who was a great solo rock performer, also then was the second lead singer for Van Halen after why am I forgetting his name
Eddie?
here? No, Eddie's the guitarist.
Oh,
it's
okay.
David Lee Roth.
There you go.
Diamond David Lee Roth. Yeah, Sammy Hagar took over after that. And anyway, we'll have to play one of those songs at some point. But it was 9 hours is what Google Maps says. It takes 8.5 hours really to make it home. And Matt, I took your advice. I don't think you didn't say it as advice. It was more just trying to set the tone for yesterday's Therapy Thursday with some upbeat Rolling Stones music.
They put you in a good mood.
Dude, I had the Stones on for 2 hours yesterday. Mm-hmm. It was outstanding. 60s, 80s, 70s, 90s, all of it. Even stuff from the last 10 years. It was cool. Had a little George Carlin going. Didn't listen to anything involving sports. Not one thing. And made it home in one piece. At 11:30 at night, and your Rolling Stones, I think, is the best thing that actually got me in the right mood. Now, I didn't feel good when I sat down at DJ's Dugout to do the show yesterday, but after the 3 hours, I felt a lot better. And then when I got home, it's like, you ever make it home from a long trip, or it's the end of the school year, and you realize now what you've just put all of this effort into has come to an end. And you stand there for a moment and you do that. That's exactly what happened when I walked inside. Now I got to figure out what the hell to do with myself for the next 2 months.
Well, I was worried about you. I texted you this morning as I was doing my morning stretch routine, put kind of creature of habit, my bone broth, my antioxidant tea, my couple bananas. And I text, hey, how's your back? Show them a picture of my feet again, because I know that's, it's like legs and feet only. And it's like, I'm stretching. Make sure you get your stretch in, because I know your back's been a little tight.
Well, after 9 hours in the car, you got to worry. But it is good. I'm good to go. And I'm trying to take your advice. Absolutely. So I'm stretching every day. I got some bone broth here for the show. This is a couple of guys talking sports, stretching their backs out.
Menches, chopping it up.
And drinking bone broth. That's what halftime's all about today. No Aaron Torres. He's off. So just a couple of guests today. It'll be James Teague from the Teague Law Firm, former Arkansas pitcher. It'll be his final time joining us for the season to wrap up the baseball season. And Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen in a couple hours from right now. This will be a live version of the best of halftime today. We're just going to try to emulate the morning rush, and maybe we'll get Matt, you can swing the golf clubs at some point, since I think that's what's going on instead of the radio show. Stay with halftime. You can call us or text us, 877-377-6963. We'll be right back.
Our exclusive coverage at the 2025 College World Series in Omaha is brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, USA Fireworks Wholesale, First Star Bank, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue in Fayetteville, and McClarty Daniel.
Brady Slavens sparks this team to Omaha, and the road show continues for the Arkansas Razorbacks. A 4-3 win, come from behind style in the ninth inning. The Razorbacks dogpiling on the field here in Chapel Hill with their 11th trip to the College World Series, and you can call them the Omahas.
Listen to every Razorback baseball game on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Do you want to be home every weekend, use brand new equipment, and make a competitive salary? Then let me tell you about Lavorne Lumber. They're looking to fill a regional over-the-road position. So if this sounds like a great next job opportunity for you, call 479-646-4685. That's 646-4685. 515 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith and online at Lavorne, Lovvorn Lumber.com. Lavorne Lumber. Paying the bills, we'll take care of you.
Adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Start your next journey at Arkansas's #1 fifth wheel dealer, Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. No matter the size of your family or your budget, Wheels RV has a new travel trailer or fifth wheel to help you explore the great outdoors. And with our exclusive lifetime warranty on every new RV, you can hit the open road with peace of mind. Come see us on 412 in Tawnytown or check us out at wheelsrv.net. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This moment of relief brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with all your auto insurance needs.
Call Heath Roberts at 479-452-4088 for a free quote today.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine. On North 11th Street is your place. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle. Also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle. 803 North 11th Street in Fort Smith. 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make a Wake Bait and Tackle.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. What makes you unique from other stores in the area?
I try to build a great relationship with all of my customers. I can do just anything from cars to food trucks to signs, banners. I do a lot of custom this and that. I'll say 100% of anybody come in here, they leave out happy. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Storm season is here. Is your roof ready? Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has wrecked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They have the #1 certainteed roofing company in Arkansas. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss. Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at Hit That Line AR and on Facebook and Instagram at Hit That Line. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Speed limit in Arkansas was raised to 75 in 2019. The highest speed limit in the country, guys, is 85 miles an hour just outside Austin, Texas. The lowest maximum speed limit, according to Wikipedia, is in American Samoa in the United States, 30 miles per hour. Yeah, I don't think you could drive 30. That's a song that would probably take two times fewer than I Can't Drive 55. 877-377-6963 for calls and texts on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. 55 actually feels slow now. You know what it feels when you're on the highway and you're driving 55. Everybody else is passing you, even the police. Let's go to William in Lafayette here on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Good morning, William. How are you?
Doing well. How you guys doing?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Phil, I heard you on Chuck and Bo show this morning. I kind of want to echo what Chuck said. You and Bubba did an excellent job this whole year, right? I mean, what a ride. What a great group of guys you are, framing all that for us. And I would actually, sit down and watch a game with you guys. Y'all just were complete strangers. I just met y'all. You guys do a great job. And I know it didn't turn out our way, but there's going to be a day where we get that last out in Omaha, and we're up on that scoreboard. And I know the experience that we've all gone through as fans, and you're one of us. All right, you're going to dwell on that. You're going to frame that perfect. So bravo to y'all. Tell Bubba bravo. We'll see y'all in February. Go home.
William, thank you very much for that call and for the sentiments. Chuck had me on this morning. It was just Chuck, no Bo, and he was complimentary, which I was appreciative of. We're just trying to tell what we see on the field, I guess, is the best way to put it. But the emotions that carry it too, you kind of have to reflect that at the same time. It's not the easiest thing. I appreciated the Arkansas baseball Twitter account posting this. And look, this is the kind of segment that we've routinely closed the season out with. If you don't win a national championship, well, then there's going to be an end of the season where, you reflect a little bit and also look ahead with the acknowledgement that it's a program that's reaching for something that's a little bit more than making it to Omaha or being one of the final four teams. I don't know if I'm able to play this thing because this is not going to work, but I appreciated the sentiments very much. I guess I got to get my whole home studio thing working once again. I haven't been home in a week. You know what it's like to not be home for a week and not even know if I was gonna be home tomorrow or today. Just it's laundry day. It's sweep all of the stuff out of the corners day. Pick up all the spiders that found a way to die on the floor when I left town. And then figure out this home studio once again, because this is where I'll be doing the show for the foreseeable future.
I bet your cat is responsible for the spiders, possibly.
Maybe, or I just collect dust. I don't know what it is. It ends up being dust all around me sometimes. Matt, I wanted to ask you about the, I don't know what the word would be, if it's recovery period, if it's, just... I wasn't able to be at the ballpark yesterday when Razorback fans greeted the bus when they pulled back in after landing at XNA, and it looked like it was a pretty good crowd. And I was really happy to see photos of the players with smiles on their faces, because these fans showed up to show appreciation and not to bring anything that had to do with the last game against LSU and specifically the last half inning. So I really liked seeing the look on Charles Davalon's face, a smile on his face. He had the lays around his neck, and a lot of fans really, I think, were trying to not console him, but just thank him. You could tell his teammates were trying to console him, obviously, after the game on Wednesday. But it looked like yesterday you had a nice crowd show up to show a lot of thanks and a lot of appreciation. But you'd brought this up yesterday. We all try to get into the player's mind. When you had a chance maybe to end the game and it didn't go your way. That's an experience that you've had that we can only guess of what it feels like and how long that takes to, I don't know, forget it is not the right term, is it? Just kind of move past it.
Well, it's true. As far as being empathetic and sympathetic, I can relate both ways. A lot of people just they're empathetic, and I get it because I've lived it and I've been there, and it helps when you have a good cord. It helps when you have good people around you. If it's your parents, if it's a coaching staff, if it's people on the team, because it mentally it's tough, man. When it's over. It's because it's like that. It's just all you're every day you're working towards a goal, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's over. And it's like the rug's been pulled out from under you. And then you kind of forget about all the success you had because of this one last time that you remember it didn't go the way you wanted to. And so, yeah, you got to kind of take yourself away and kind of look at it more of a macro instead of a micro, and kind of take it in. And these kids should held and I go back to this, and I think Bubba said it, and this is something my dad said in 7th grade football. We go out there and we try our best. We give 100% effort. We'll live with the results. And that's what this team did. That's why I think you can if you're kind of half-assing it a little bit, it doesn't look and I don't think anybody can do that for Dave Van Horn, Coach Pittman, or Coach Calipari. I think you come over there and you sit by them. And this team, they gave it 100%. They did. And so you keep your head held high. And the other thing is you move on to something else. I mean, I left December 26th to go trade for the Combine to go on to my next career. I mean, all of a sudden, these guys are going to leave. I mean, they're going to leave in the next week. You won't even see these guys anymore. I don't have Facebook. I mean, some of them might have Facebook, but all of a sudden, all your brothers, all the people that you're in there with, you might talk to 2 or 3 of them now going forward. Like you just you go on with the next chapter of your life.
The only time you really kind of see them, or I guess they would see each other, would be reunions. I mean, there's reunions for, hey, we've had 10-year reunions for College World Series team. We had a 40-year reunion for.
I think they did a 98 with Sterner and that group last year up there on the hill. Yeah. But
then there's also, I remember seeing before the baseball season, even before spring training, and I mean that Hunt Center's got a locker room for Razorback alumni, and they'll come over and they'll use the facilities to get ready for spring training. You'll see them there at some point. Like I remember seeing, it might have been this year. Zach Jackson pitching to Heston Kjerstad, right? I mean, they weren't even teammates. They went to the same school, and I guess it would have been 2 years apart because Zach's last year was 16 and Heston's first year was 18. But that's the next time they'll be together. I don't know if they'll be all together. Like where does Vahiva go in the offseason? Are you going to go to Hawaii or is he going to come to Fayetteville? Does kind of feel like Fayetteville to him may feel a little bit like home right now.
Last year, didn't he go play in the Carolina League for a little bit for 6, 8, 9 weeks? I thought he was in that league.
I don't remember what he did in the summer. Some guys go play ball. Mm-hmm. Some guys stay in Fayetteville to work out and to get bigger and stronger and get better with the coaches that they're going to work with during the season. I don't remember where Eloy went last year. Helfrich went to the Cape. And it paid off. I mean, you could see that the way he hit this year. 877-377-6963 is our Lewis Automotive hotline. Jason from Missouri is first up with us today. Good morning, Jason. How are you?
Hey, Phil. How's everybody doing down there?
We're all right, thank you.
All right, good to know. Glad we had a good year. You guys did good. It's unfortunate it didn't happen. But I'm going to try to put a little humor and get this ball rolling. I believe in curses to a point. And we're going to start one today. I'm going to say this twice because it takes 2 times for them to be defeated. And I'll say go Hogs, and that'll be the end of it. LSU sucks, and I hope Coastal Carolina stomps them in the ground. One more time. LSU sucks, and I hope Coastal Carolina gets to stomp them in the ground.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on a second here, Jason, because you're doing this the very same way that you got to sing the blues. Because the first line of the blues is always sung a second time. I feel like your curse and the blues are in the same ballpark here.
Well, I'm trying not to. I can't sing. I would be William Shatner doing Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which, by the way, if you want a good laugh, go look that up sometime. For you younger kids, Shatner doing Rocket Man.
I may have played a piece of that one time for Ty Richardson just to say, hey, this was actually sold in the stores at one day.
Oh, yeah. It was a hit. It was a thing. It was a thing. But all things considered, guys, everything will be okay. For the people who come back home, thank you. For the guys who showed up yesterday, for them coming back. That's cool. Man, you can't get that in a lot of places. That's cool. Salute.
Yeah.
Bill, best call I've heard in a long time on you doing that. Next time you're in Springfield, Tom Ladd, I might get him to take me up there to meet you and shake your hand in person. You sound like a good dude. You can hear the emotion in it.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Jason. 877-377-6963. Well, he believes in curses, but it also sounds to me like he was writing a blues song, Matt.
Well, Phil is a good dude, so if you get a chance to go up there and shake his hand, you got to go do it.
The first line of the blues is always sung a second time. I have to repeat that. The first line of the blues is always sung a second time. And so it almost feels like we could write a blues song just about the ninth inning on Wednesday, and then it would be a really happy song about just about every other portion of the baseball season. The blues can make you feel a little better, though, too, right? If you're not feeling right, just turn those things on. Next thing you know, do you feel better or do you feel worse?
And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could have been time spent with you. Elton
Got that
John
right.
for you right there.
You get that right, Elton John. Make sure you take advantage of great weather in Arkansas with our friends at Roback with perfect summer gear, fresh polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com. For golfers out there, talking to you guys earlier, Roback Delta pants and shorts are a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric that look great on or off the golf course. Roback.com, where you can order, and if you use the code RUSH25 at checkout, you get 20% off your first order. It's RHOBACK.com, Roback.com. Stay with us, more halftime in just a moment.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody. This is halftime.
At Arvest Bank, we believe in supporting growing communities. That's why we're committed to putting home ownership within reach. Whether it's your first home, a fixer-upper, or your forever home, we have a variety of loan options to help make your dream home a reality. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank, we believe. Equal housing lender.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Employee pricing on new Fords at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Salisaw. Troy, this will save you thousands of dollars, plus bring your trade, because nobody's going to give you more.
Yes, Harry Robinson is the home of more for your trade. We want to hold to that. We want to give you more money for your vehicle than any other dealer out there. And, Tommy, we used to say this, back in the day, that it was just, when inventory was so thin, we're trying to beef up. We're really trying to grow here and sell a bunch of vehicles. And, we used to tell you, if we don't have what you're looking for, you're in the market, but you're buying somewhere else, at least come and see us and give us the opportunity to purchase your vehicle that you're going to be trading. Harry Robinson is the home of more for your trade. So let us give you some more money that's going to save you on your additional payment or less money out of your pocket when you go to buy that vehicle you are looking for. So, and employee pricing on new, and we're matching down payments up to $1,500.
Find it all at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw, and online at harryrobinson.com.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Make hay while the sun shines with Kubota hay equipment from Gray Brothers. Like quality-built Kubota disc hay mowers, known for their durability and beautiful cut. Kubota hay rakes and, of course, the BB Series Kubota round baler. Couple it with Kubota's M-Series cab tractor with 75 to 168 horsepower, and you'll have the prettiest hay on the market. With savings from Gray Brothers and special financing from Kubota. Today is your day for a new Kubota at Gray Brothers Equipment at Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon.
Summer is finally here, and so are the road trips that you've had planned. That's why it's time to visit us at Southern Tire Mart. Southern Tire Mart's expert service, competitive pricing, and top quality tires will ensure your vehicle is ready for all your summer adventures. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is prepared for the summer. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling.
Do you need closure? on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. With an unheard of 15-year spring warranty option, Grit is the team you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Yeah, if I could stick my hand in my heart, spill it all over the stage. Would it satisfy? Would it satisfy? Would you think, boy, it's strange? Ain't it strange? Yeah, if I could write, yeah, if I could sing a love song so divine, would it be another boy? Yeah, if I could try, if I
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend, Matt Jones.
Little pieces of the basketball schedule are coming out piecemeal. The other day, the SEC released the teams that Arkansas will be playing. That everybody's going to be playing in the regular season. Still going to get Still going to get LSU twice. Still going to get Missouri twice. And who else does Arkansas get twice? Get Auburn a couple of times too. So isn't that something? You get all three Tigers twice for men's basketball. Home games for the SEC: Auburn, Kentucky, LSU, Mizzou, Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, A&M, and Vandy.
Dude, I don't see more than 2 losses on that right there, Phil. I know we got the SEC's getting a little better. You got Sean Miller in there, whoever the coach is going to be at A&M, but that's 7-2 right there all day, I think.
So the away games: Bama, Auburn, Florida, Georgia, LSU, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Mizzou, Oklahoma. It's not bad either. You know, you don't go to Rupp. You do have to go to Auburn. You do have to go to Florida. You are going to Alabama. So those are going to be some tough places. Georgia, winnable. LSU, absolutely. Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Mizzou, Oklahoma, yep. All of them winnable games. And then Cal yesterday at a leadership event at Crystal Bridges released a little piece of news that the Razorbacks will play Michigan State in a home-and-home. They'll start on the road this next season, and then the Spartans will visit Bud Walton in the 2026-27 season. Texas Tech, you're going to get Texas Tech in Dallas on December 13th. So when you look at this, you already know about the Duke game in Chicago on Thanksgiving, Houston at Barclays on December 20th, and then I was reading Louisville and Baylor are coming in. But you play in the entire Elite Eight. He's scheduling the Elite Eight from last year, Matt. Auburn, Michigan State, Florida, Texas Tech, Duke, Bama, Houston, Tennessee.
How much do you think, Phil, because I think it did matter, going to Coral Gables to play Miami last year, going to Madison Square Garden to play a good Michigan team and having some success, because when you're in the tournament, what were we? We were in Rhode Island and San Francisco. Mm-hmm. You're not playing at Bud Walton. So I think that's awesome. I think that's little pieces, little nuggets you can glean from and take that when you get into postseason play.
You're playing in bigger arenas. I mean, you don't play in college arenas.
You're out of your comfort zone a little bit.
That's right. You're going to play in a place like the United Center, like the Barclays Center, and teams like Duke and Houston.
Do you think that helps the baseball team? Because so you go to Omaha, and all I hear about is how it's a bigger park. It's hard to hit home runs there. What about when Arkansas goes to Arlington every year? What's the similarities there? Is that a bigger park than what you're playing in? Can you kind of glean something from that as well?
Yeah, there's still a feeling when you're in the College World Series park that you're in a
yeah.
Well, you're not in a major league park.
Yeah.
Because it's still about, I wouldn't say half the size, because most major league parks now are somewhere between 40,000 and 50,000. I guess, what is it, 26,000, I think, at Charles Schwab Field. But yeah, I think that does help out a little bit because it's neutral site. It's a big field. That's the thing about it.
And it's healthy competition.
It's always good competition. Yeah, I mean, even next year you're always going to play teams out of the Big 12, or I guess Michigan may end up coming down there. So you're playing good teams, and you're mixing in with some of the other with other fan bases, and that goes along with that. It's just, baseball's different. It's like women's basketball because the first 2 rounds in baseball are in the home ballparks. The women's tournament, it's just the first round, the regional, I guess you'd say, and then they go to the Sweet 16 they combined all the Sweet 16 things into one place or 2 places instead of 4. And in baseball, the only time you're going to go play neutral site in the tournament is if you're one of the last 8 teams standing. I wonder if that does help. But just playing in a bigger field should help somewhat. It's just that's in February, and I don't know if something in February has all that much to do with something in June. So maybe we're looking a little ahead. This is December 20th in Brooklyn against Houston. Thanksgiving is when you play in Chicago, and then the March Madness is 5 months after that.
We're playing Houston next year in basketball.
Yeah.
You
get the whole Elite Eight, man.
Score right there, man.
You got the whole Elite Eight.
I like it.
Don't you think that says something about how Cal feels about this team? You're playing the entire Elite Eight. It's like Tanner taking on the entire 7th grade.
I'm glad I have a filter right now and didn't say what I was going to say.
It's a holy S moment, right? That's exactly right. Think about that. Even if you're just playing the Final Four teams, you say, holy cow, we're playing the entire Final Four. Yeah, multiply that by 2. You're playing the entire Elite Eight. And a lot of it isn't even going to be at your own ballpark. Alabama, Auburn, Florida, in their buildings. Who's coming here? Tennessee is coming here. And that's it. You go to Michigan State. You're playing Tech and Duke on a neutral site. So, I mean, think about that. It's not just that you're playing the Elite Eight. Only one of them is coming into your own building. And it's Tennessee. That's the only one.
Well, and I love how Coach Cal goes about the first part of his season where there's a lot of teaching moments. Like I'm not saying he's not coaching, but he's letting kids play. He's letting kids develop. He's letting kids make mistakes, and then you go back and teach it for future. And so I don't think he calls a lot of timeouts early on. I think he's kind of like, hey, man, and then we go back and watch film, and then you figure things. At least that's what I noticed last year. It was, hey, we might make some mistakes. We might lose a game in January. That doesn't matter if we lose a game in January or February. What matters is if we're peaking at the right time for March Madness. And I think that and I think that's what you get with a Coach Cal, because what has he been a college basketball coach? 30 plus years? I think he understands the process.
I cheated them one game at home. Auburn does come in to Bud Walton, but you still have to go to Auburn. So you're playing the Elite Eight, but you're playing 9 games against the Elite Eight, playing Auburn twice. And I wanted to ask about this.
Does Boogie come back in? I'm sorry, Phil. Is Florida coming to Bud Walton, or do we got to go play Boogie down there?
No, we're at Florida.
Okay.
Arkansas will visit Florida. No Boogie coming back this year. That's right. Auburn, Kentucky, LSU, Mizzou, Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, A&M, and Vandy are the SEC home games. I don't know. I mean, I think Louisville and Baylor are supposed to be at home. And then you'll get Michigan State at Bud Walton in 2026, since this is the first home and home. And I love that they're doing the home and home because Cal likes to do these neutral site games, I think for obvious reasons, some of the reasons you're talking about, but also you get that's where you can kind of stand alone amongst all the other games in the country that day. And if you can play on Thanksgiving after the CBS NFL game, yeah, neutral site that thing. But I wanted to ask you about something you brought up here a moment ago, learning from your mistakes. And I think sometimes we try to turn everything into a learning opportunity, and I don't know if everything really is. You can learn from your mistakes through a season, yes. Just like you're talking about Cal, he's going to let guys make mistakes and learn from them so that hopefully later on in the season, that same mistake at that same moment isn't made. I just don't know. And I know a lot of times we try to take something that felt awful and try to turn it into a positive somehow by saying, well, this can be a learning experience. And even Dave was talking about that in the post game from the ninth inning on Wednesday. And I don't know what to take from it. I don't know what there is to learn from it, truthfully, other than just to try not to let the moment get too big. I don't really know how you can learn from that. When you watch that, Matt, is that any kind of like a learning experience, or is I think the thing you learn from it is how to move past something that feels like a failure that you want to take the blame onto your own shoulders for.
Well, it's kind of fluky what happened, if you want to say, because they were mistakes. They were kind of like mistakes that we hadn't made all year, and so I don't think you really want to harp on it. You go back and it's the little things, it's the basics. It's what are you taught since your seventh grade baseball coach taught you when you play the outfield, if a ball's hit to you and you don't know, you always take a step back first. That's what he did, exactly what he was trained to do. Now, I don't know if he lunged out or got ahead of himself. That's why I asked you about his spikes, about the cleats. Was that something that's going on? If you have two or three guys slip, hey, well, we got to go check our footwear. We got to go check what are we getting. Are we getting not in balance? You talk about playing all sports and coming to a base, coming to a balance, keeping you don't ever want to get your feet and your knees out above your body. That's how you slip, short, choppy steps. So there's a lot of stuff you go back and you coach up, and that's just one moment, though. I don't know if you really, I don't know what you say when the players that are your best guys make them a mental error right there. It's kind of what you just gotta take it on the chin and keep fighting.
Well, and I think reflection is always important, and try to glean something from whatever experience you're trying. It's not like the program learns much from what happened in the ninth inning on Wednesday. It's just like, I don't know if there was much to learn from the basketball team blowing a second half lead to Texas Tech, the way that went down.
Well,
what you're learning is learning earlier in the season to hope that to make sure that something like that either doesn't happen or that you did something to get that far anyway.
Well, and what happened, and it happened a little bit. You saw the basketball team kind of do that, and it went both ways. You saw Houston Duke do it, but so Tech, what they did in the last 3 minutes, they just gave it to their big guy, to their power forward, and cleared out 1-on-4. So you got to blitz him. You got to try. You got to do something. As soon as he puts it on the floor, make him pass it, because we were trying to do a one-on-one thing, and we couldn't stop that guy. And it's like, so they get a little momentum, and when is the right time to foul? When is the right time for Coach Cal to call a timeout? When is a right time for him for him to recognize this as well? And instead of, and the coaches have this thing when you have a lot of talent, like, and you saw Coach Sampson, it's like, maybe I don't call a timeout. Maybe they're going to figure it out. And I don't know. You got to foul them. You got to call a timeout. You got to kind of come back and collect your breath, because it's tough when they just had one play. Texas Tech did the last about 3 minutes. They were giving it to that big guy with the big ass, and he's just backing you down, and we couldn't do anything about it.
It kind of also felt like this last basketball season was one large learning experience for John Calipari. And I don't mean that in a way that he didn't know what he was doing. It's, it was a new place. It was a new way to build a roster. It's a new university and everything. And I mean, it took a little bit of time for it to get going. I mean, he still references the 0-5 start, and look where he ended up finishing in a Sweet 16. And I think that there was learning done, not just by Cal, but by all the basketball. Every coach in college sports right now has to learn on how to put a team together in this current climate where they weren't really thinking this is how this is going to be done 2 or 3 years ago. So all the older guys that are talking about learning experiences for the players, they're talking about themselves too. 877-377-6963 is our Lewis Automotive hotline. Got to take a quick break. We'll get to a phone call and wrap up hour number 1 right after this.
I tell you, I'll eat liver, raw liver, if we win this game Saturday.
This is halftime. for details. At Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, Van Buren, there's never been a better time to buy. Stop in today and check out our huge discounts on new Chevrolets and pre-owns. No reasonable offer will be refused, and at Rhodes, we always give you more for your trade. Plus, we offer free pickup and delivery. You can even buy remotely. Stop in and let us show you the Rhodes way with our 2-year complimentary maintenance program on every vehicle sold. Experience the Rhodes way. Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, where you get the best prices, period.
Whether you're opening your first checking account, purchasing your first home, saving for your first big vacation, or opening a new business, First Star Bank offers hometown service with the latest in digital banking technology. Our local team makes banking fast, convenient, and easy. From simple everyday banking to helping you fulfill your dreams, our team is here to guide you every step of the way. First Star Bank. We'll be there through all your firsts. Learn more at firststar.bank or stop by one of our local branches today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Superior Siding and Windows have been improving homes in Fort Smith and the River Valley for over 44 years.
Whether your need is siding, vinyl windows, doors, or gutters,
Superior Siding is the one to call if you want it done right the first time. Call 479-646-7888 for a free estimate. 100% financing is available, and Superior Siding has AAA rating with Better Business Bureau. Superior Siding, your first call, 479-646-7888.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
It's almost summertime. That means barbecues, graduations, weddings, and gathering with friends. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store, full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV with hands-free driving assistance and go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $900 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
How far will it go before you're willing to fall so low? I need you to stay until the answer begins to take shape. You know me so well, you know me so well. Oh, you know me so well, you know me so well. Oh, you know me so well, you know me so well. Oh, you know me so well, you know me so well. I keep running.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, let's go right to our Lewis Automotive Hotline here. I think is this Chris? This is Chris, the Chris in Springdale, who's at all of our live shows and on the text line. I don't know if you've called before, Chris. How's it going?
Hey, it's going pretty good. Yeah, I've called before, but it's kind of rare. I'm mostly just a texter. So are you guys doing all right today?
Yeah, it's great. Thanks.
Chris.
Hey, just one thing I wanted to share with you guys here. One thing that's really helped me process this loss is I just keep reminding myself of the idea that I'm always sad when the season ends, even when my team wins a championship. The only time that I'm not sad is when the team is bad and I've been suffering through, several months of a bunch of losses. So I'm always sad when the season ends. I've been fortunate that several of my favorite pro teams have won championships, and even then I'm sad when the season ends because, once the trophy is in the case and the confetti is gone, and the celebration ends, that team and that season, it's over, and that's becomes part of past tense. And I feel like really it's all like Matt was kind of talking about earlier. It's all about the process. It's not about the destination. It's all about the journey, and it was really so much fun this year to see so many players get better. From Gage Wood, for example, went from a Saturday starter to being injured, to throwing a no-hitter in the College World Series. Gabe Gaffney, started as the Friday starter. He struggled. He battled through adversity and then went back to the bullpen and regained form. And then Justin Thomas Jr., embraced his position as the ninth hitter, part of the Caboose gang, wore that as a badge of honor, as you mentioned, Phil. And by the end of the year, he was playing as well as anybody. So what are your all's thoughts on that?
When we left the College World Series, he was had the league in hits for the tournament. And I'm with you, Chris. Whenever our team, like those couple years, we don't talk about it, but the Chad Morris, when you're going 0-8 in conference, that's what hurts me. When you can't even watch it, you don't even enjoy it. This team was a joy to watch.
It's like, how you have the countdown to the start of football season? There's some seasons where the countdown to the end of football season begins at the start of football season. And I've had some baseball seasons like that too, Chris, and you hit the nail right on the head. Absolutely. There are some years where you're really, all right, I'm ready for this to be over. And oh my gosh, we got another half of the season to go. Can't even watch it.
Yeah.
That's not at all how you feel about this. And that's where the tears come from, Chris. You hit the nail right on the head. It's good to hear from Chris. He'll only call to drop in very serious nuggets of wisdom.
Hey, anybody who buys me a Doors album, we're friends forever, man. I know did he get you a Wyclef album?
He got me a Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, I mean,
vinyl.
Come on. We're always buddies.
Now I'm just missing the vinyl album player. I need the needle. I do not have that thing anymore. My parents still have the same one I was listening to when I was 10. Might be a different needle. Now, where are you going to go buy that thing? 877-377-6963 is our Lewis Automotive Hotline. Second hour includes James Teague from the Teague Law Firm, former Arkansas pitcher. We'll have our final segment of the what was the baseball season with James. And how many of you are actually going to be watching the College World Series finals? Are you hate watching? I've hate watched before. I'm just not going to watch. There won't be any hate. So I'm going to enjoy myself. And we're going to be right back, too.
See dealer for details. At Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, Van Buren, there's never been a better time to buy. Stop in today and check out our huge discounts on new Chevrolets and pre-owns. No reasonable offer will be refused, and at Rhodes, we always give you more for your trade. Plus, we offer free pickup and delivery. You can even buy remotely. Stop in and let us show you the Rhodes way with our 2-year complimentary maintenance program on every vehicle sold. Experience the Rhodes way. Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, where you get the best prices, period.
Can you explain the infield fly rule? Neither can I, but I can help you navigate a variety of legal issues, from divorce to personal injury to estate planning. I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions, a new law firm offering affordable flat fees with payment plans available. You get an ace at the price of a minor leaguer. Now that sounds like a grand slam to me. Call Mock Legal Solutions for your free consultation. 479-769-1505. Real advice, reasonable price.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Destiny is a matter of choice, and dinner is a matter of how much Taco Bell you want. Good thing you can choose from the $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes to match what you're craving. What does your Destiny hold? The classics for $5, the faves for $7, or a feast for $9 featuring the new crispy chicken burrito? Oh, why is Destiny holding them all? Someone help her. Choose your Lux Cravings box only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
When seconds making a play, Short's got it covered. A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
At the screen, you have to protect yourself.
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Mama, Jackie Ferry.
479
479
521
521
4220.
Show you.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high this afternoon will be into the lower 90s, mainly clear sky tonight, and overnight low will drop down into the mid-70s. Sunny skies, low 90s Saturday, and then more of the same for Sunday. Sunshine, highs into the lower 90s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers,
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 71 days. Coming to you live from the Crabtree RV Center Studios. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that would respect you. Ask me if I'm all right. Well, can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
The angles were so bad, we showed them at halftime.
But they were one race back.
Like, what in the world were we thinking?
It's vintage Matt Jones.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Welcome back on halftime. It is our last serious hour of the week. We'll have the golden hour coming up at 1 o'clock with also Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen. If you want to get with us, now is the time. 877-377-6963 is our Lewis Automotive hotline. You'd asked earlier about Vahiva Aloy if he'd gone to the Cape. He did go to the Cape, but he left halfway last season. So he did get some summer ball in. I got to imagine it's got to be really difficult for the guys that are going to go play summer ball to leave this and then just go right now for the season that's already been halfway through. For a lot of the team, though, it's now time for get ready for the draft, which should be, I mean, it's right there at the All-Star break. That's, I think, less than a month from now. So there's a lot of guys that are going to be, that aren't just draft eligible, but they're going to hear their names called. Vahiva, Gage, first day, certainly. Zach Root, you can see him certainly going kind of early in the draft. Davalon, that's the left-hander with power, speed. He's going to get his name called, I would think, a little bit earlier.
Whenever we talked about this, I think I asked you a question like this about a month ago, and the range for what Arkansas we have, we're lucky. We have one of the best bags to give some of these kids. That's very true. the range for these, where do they get, if they get drafted after the 10th round, it would behoove a lot of these kids to come back to the university because you can make the same amount of money, correct? Or
well, see, because of the revenue share thing that's coming up
it's going
now,
to change. Yeah.
I because there's just a smaller percentage of the money that goes to baseball compared to the other sports, and with the clearinghouse, these NIL deals that are made outside of the purvey of the university have to, I guess, make sense to the people at Deloitte that are viewing these deals and figuring out and ruling on whether or not they're legal or not. So I don't know how that would all work out. But I do know that the most you can make for a bonus from 10th, I think it's 11th to the 20th round, is $150,000. So I would think $150,000, and this I'm guessing here. I would think $150,000 is the kind of money that is probably reserved for some of your best players. So I don't know how it works out though in that case. But then you also can lose some of the bargaining power if you come back and this is your 4th year and you're not going to get a 5th year. I mean, if the Zakai Ziegler lawsuit would have gone differently, maybe now you're talking about something different. Then a 4th-year player might have a 5th year of eligibility, but he didn't get that.
Well, and yeah, I guess you do kind of fall into that Janai Broom thing where he's the SEC player of the year. He'll play 0 minutes of NBA basketball. You kind of like, yeah, he gets to play another year. But the thing is, you're either good or you're not. Like, I get what you're saying, but you're either good enough to play at that level or you're not. And what's easier on your body, what's easier on your mind, where you get more reps in is college. There's no question about it. You go up to that next level, it's real. Not that it's not real in college, but it's just it's easier on. I mean, it's not as hard on your body to play college ball than it is to play professional ball.
Yeah, more pro games in the minors too, and there's also the aspect of it's still a team sport, but it's much more about what you're doing at your level and where you fit into the organization and trying to get promoted up. And really, I think the way that the players look at it is promote yourself up. But there's those politics that goes in with it. An early round draft choice is going to get a longer rope to hang himself with theoretically. And look, if you're this is what I've said for a while when Souza was before Nolan Souza got hurt. And Nolan Souza has to produce to stay in the lineup at Arkansas. He's such an amazing athlete that if he would have gone in the draft after high school, they'd give him a whole half season as the number 2 batter to figure it out. Might be hitting 180, might be hitting 150, might be striking out 50% of his at-bats, and they won't change anything because this is a prospect, and we're gonna give him all the chances in the world. And if you don't produce in college ball, you know what happens? You sit, you get benched. You don't get benched in the minor leagues when you're an early round draft choice, and they've put so much money into you and all the time and all the coaching. So I think it's a different style of coaching too. Took me a little bit of time to kind of put my finger on where the differences were, and I think some of it has to do with the end game, the whole point of why you're at the ballpark that day. And a AA team, a AAA team, they're there to win a game, but they're also there to supply the major league team players. A college team is there to win that game that day. That's what they're there for. That's the top of the list.
And that's what I get into with these kids that are playing basketball that are going to be a second round draft pick that are going to go play in the Chesapeake Bay League. They're not necessarily learning the fundamentals of, hey, how do you play help defense? Hey, here's how you make the best play. It's like, oh, I'm going to work on this dribble left twice and then work on my pull-up game today. I'm going to work on just opposing. Like, they're not necessarily in the confines. You are playing the game to try to win, but it's not really the same. It's not really the same thing.
We've got a few callers lined up. Let's go to them. It's 877-377-6963 for the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Brent in Searcy. Good afternoon, Brent. How are you?
Good afternoon, Phil and Matt. How are you guys?
Yo.
Woo.
Great. Phil and Matt, I wanted to take a moment to say that after Wednesday night, I was disappointed. I slept on it, fell asleep, couldn't listen to any sports talk yesterday. just because I did not want to hear it rehashed. And today, I want to just take a moment to say thank you to our Razorback baseball team for the hours and weeks and months of pure joy they allowed me to have the opportunity to watch.
Brent, I think that's a really great sentiment too, because if you think about it, you spend more time watching the baseball team than any other team. If you watch all the games, or you listen to all the games, or even just some of each of the games, there's more baseball games than there are basketball and football put together. There's more. I think there may have been more baseball games than women's and men's basketball put together this year. It would be pretty close. So, yeah, that is. And look, you feel the same way maybe when the football season's done or the basketball season is done. But if you're talking about actual time put in to viewing or listening to that team, yeah, this is the one you listen to or watch more than any other.
And I agree 100% with Matt. Matt, when you said that the Chad Morris era was unwatchable and you just couldn't watch it anymore,
that hurts you the most, doesn't it?
Was must watch or listen to every game. It didn't matter if it was 35 degrees or 85. It was a must listen to on Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday through Sunday. It was a must listen to. And I'm going to tell these people, the Razorbacks will win a national championship. We will get it done. We've got to have one thing. We've got to make it through beating we should be playing LSU for the national championship, but thanks to the
are you on the side now, Brent, where you want to reseed the final eight? I forgot what you said.
I believe I am.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of it. I believe you should, Matt. I believe you should. I know Phil's against it, but to each his own, and I respect Phil's opinion. But we need to have the two best teams playing in the final.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the idea. It's just we're going by the seeding. I can understand that. Coastal Carolina, how many wins in a row has Coastal Carolina won? What's to say that they're not one of the two best teams in the country? Our Hogs never played them. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of reseeding because they don't reseed anything else. Why are we going to make the baseball tournament the only one that reseeds in that case? Thank you very much, Brent. We got a couple others that I want to get to here that have been waiting a while as well. We got Scott and Harrison here. Scott, how are you?
Good. Hey, guys. I got a comment and then 2 questions. Comment is, after listening to Dave Van Horn's press conference after the game, I came to a different realization. We got the best coach in college baseball to teach our players how to be men, and we take whatever the results are throughout all the seasons we have with him. So I'm all in with Dave Van Horn. Second thing, or the 2 questions, where was Bahiva Aloy at the press conference? Because his name plate was up there, but he wasn't in on the final press conference. And then do we think Frazier is going to enter the portal after kind of some of the antics that I saw after the game? And I'll hang up and listen, guys.
Well, if you didn't hang up, I'm not sure what the antics are from Frazier. Could you elaborate? I couldn't elaborate. I don't know. I mean, I think, look, to me, Gabe looked like a guy like playing at Arkansas, and there's a position for him right now. I mean, there's shortstop open, and I think he and Souza could compete for that position. Second base, who knows what happens next year? Souza can play second, Frazier can play second, Kojal can play second, but I also think any of those guys might potentially be able to play third base or the outfield. Souza is that kind of athlete that he could probably play almost anywhere.
Does the other Aloy play right field?
He's going to need a position, yes.
Yeah.
And I think right field is that position. He played a little bit of first base in the fall. It didn't look really good. And he was only out in the outfield for one game, and it didn't look very good.
Oh, okay.
Just needs better footwork.
Yeah.
But I think he can do it. But that's the thing. So I don't know if Kuhio's going to play. I think he's going to play summer ball. I hope he is. That's what summer ball's about now for him, learning how to play a position. Because he's not. They don't want him to be the DH next year.
Well, he seems like he's halfway athletic. Like if you're athletic and can get, you need to be out in the field. I mean, and so I think he is.
To me, he's still learning.
He's so raw. He's so raw.
Yes, learning about being an offensive player because I think he was more of a pitcher when he went to BYU. So I think it must take some time. Yeah, I think it's not novice, but raw is the right word. Carolyn in Charleston. Hi, Carolyn. How are you?
I'm fine. I just wanted to compliment you and your sidekick there on the baseball games. I always listen to you guys rather than I'll watch it on TV, but I'll listen to you guys, and it's just like you're being right there in the stadium, So you do an excellent job. And now Matt, that's with you, is he the quarterback that played for Arkansas some years back?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, I was at the Ole Miss game when they had the 7 overtimes.
Oh, nice.
You stuck around for all of them too, right?
That was like 11:56.
Well, my husband, who has since passed away, he was an Ole Miss fan. And of course, I was Arkansas, and but yeah, we were there that night, and it's been some years back. And of course, I'm 78, but I just wanted to say, Phil, that you and your sidekick do a wonderful job, and always enjoy the radio.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Part of the game,
Are you watching the finals, or are you going to skip the finals?
Oh, I'm kind of pulling for Coastal, but I, probably need to stick with LSU. But I don't know. I was just heartbroken, and my daughter was too. She and her husband had came down and watched the game, and we were just like everybody else, just devastated. But golly, they had a great team, great season, engaged, and just lots of pluses. So, but anyway, yeah, I'll probably have it on, and watch, part of it anyway. So
little background noise, yeah, for whatever else is happening.
Well, okay. Well, listen, have a great summer, and be looking forward to the baseball, season for next year,
Thanks, Carolyn. I appreciate it very much. I think I forgot the thing with the Loy and the press conference. Now, I just read Matt Jones from Whole Hog tweeted about it, and I think it was that he was a little bit late getting to the press conference room because of all of that was happening on the field and all the goodbyes and kind of the craziness of after that, and then had gotten to the post game interview room while the press conference was being done. So they said, "Don't worry about it. We're not going to interrupt the press conference now if we walk in." That's what Matt Jones reported. I don't think it was a matter of he was skipping the press conference. It's just you're going to get shuttled away when you're trying to say goodbye, or just the end of the season with your teammates and all of that. So I don't think it says anything about him that he wasn't there, because I think he was just late getting there, and they said, "Forget about it. Don't worry." Zach in Mountain View, you'll take us into the break. Hi, Zach. How are you?
I'm good, Phil. I'm just going to kind of touch on some of the things that Carolyn said, too. I just want to thank you and Bubba for how professional you guys are. And I listened to the ending of the LSU radio broadcast, and, they were all, obviously you're excited when you win, but they were bye-bye Arkansas and all this kind of stuff. And I like how you guys don't do that, even when we do win big games. And you guys I've always looked at you guys as, I call into the show a lot, and you're almost like the Arkansas baseball guidance counselor almost for us. So I really thank you for that. And I sent a text yesterday saying it's not Arkansas baseball without you and Bubba. So thank you guys so much.
Zach, I really appreciate your sentiments. Thanks. Well, I might have said to vanquish the Volunteers or whatever after the end of the Super Regional. And look, when it's conference rivals that are in a big game like that, or in a a postseason series like that, there's a little something extra behind it. And Chris Blair is the voice of LSU sports. He does all of them. He does football, men's hoops, and baseball. He does a really nice job. But you have to remember too, it's like Bubba and I are broadcasting to Razorback fans. We've gotten complaints from Ole Miss fans and Tennessee fans and whatnot. And here's the truth: we don't care. We're not broadcasting to them. We're broadcasting to you. It's the same with Chris Blair. He's broadcasting to LSU fans. How many of them were screaming the same thing? Bye-bye Arkansas. So I guess the only thing I could say is, if you're going to listen to the other team's broadcast, don't get offended by the things that they're saying. We got a break, and James Teague from the Teague Law Firm is coming up after this.
Our exclusive coverage at the 2025 College World Series in Omaha is brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, USA Fireworks Wholesale, First Star Bank, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue in Fayetteville, and McClarty Daniel. Are you looking for the best Razorbacks insight and analysis?
Hell yes.
How about listening to an Arkansas football legend?
Matt Jones, all he does is make big plays.
What's the voice of the Hogs have to say?
Hey, what a great crowd last night.
Don't forget about the Omahogs. The Hogs are going to Omaha! Matt Jones, Chuck Barrett, and Phil Elson, the best in the business, on the Hit That Line Podcast Network. Go to hitthatline.com or search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share.
Largemouth bass will be spawning soon at ponds and lakes all over Arkansas and Oklahoma. One of the best lures to catch them on at this time is the famous Yum Dinger. We make them by the truckloads in Fort Smith in 3, 4, 5, and 6-inch sizes, and they are in tackle boxes of bass anglers all over the U.S. and all over the world. Wacky rigging the 5-inch model can't be beat for spawning bass. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Yum Dinger.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol. Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
The Solid Rock has been locally owned for over 46 years. When was the last time you were there? So much more than a bookstore. They have Christian t-shirts, church supplies, Bible studies, devotionals, home decor, gifts, and of course, a large selection of Bibles. And Bibles are engraved free of charge while you wait. Now, you can get custom laser engraving on select gift items and some Bibles. Located next to Sam's Club on South 74th, The Solid Rock is your source for faith-based books, music, clothing, and more. The Solid Rock, 452-4844.
Razorback fans, it's Omaha time. Gear up for every tailgate and watch party at the Party Place, the River Valley's largest locally owned party supply superstore. All the Razorback decor you need, from cups, plates, banners, and even beer hats. Heat up summer with luau supplies, Hawaiian shirts, paperware, leis, and more. Get ready to light up the 4th of July with red, white, and blue decorations that'll make your celebration sparkle. Shop local, celebrate big. Shop the Party Place, 7810 Rogers Avenue behind Ashley's Furniture. Go hog wild with the Party Place, where every celebration starts.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Center 42. Enough to bust the brains out. Vicious tongue is cut it too. Keep on the street cause you're in danger. Thousands of sparrows jails in South America.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend, Matt Jones.
Well, we'll have our final visit of the baseball season with former Arkansas pitcher James Teague, a member of the Teague Law Firm, and he's been with us just about every Friday from just before the baseball season started too, James. So that would have been, a week before Valentine's Day. And here it is. It's the summer solstice. It's been a long season, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. We were here every step of the way, high hopes climbing each and every week, and then let down pretty hard, admittedly.
I hear it in your voice there, James. Can you describe your emotions watching it unfold on Wednesday and then a couple of days after, how it's now feeling for you?
To summarize, the pitching was just we got enough timely hits and we did enough offensively. I think we just ran into an unbelievable arm in Kate Anderson, game one. To get squared up against probably the best left-handed pitcher in the country for game one, when it's really a must-win in terms of getting to the finals, more likely than not. That's just a tough matchup. And sometimes it's not the offense is bad. It's just that you face a pitcher who's a little better that day. And I think that's what got us game one. We've had obviously an incredible turnaround with Gage throwing the no-hitter and then, winning that next game. But I am tentative to be hard on players because I know what it's like. I'm really good friends with a lot of post players. I'm really good friends with, Carson Shaddy, and people have been terrible to him about, 2018 and everything else. And, so I'm reluctant to be overly critical, but I do think at some point it needs to be addressed of, you can have all the talent in the world. You can have the best players in the country, but you got to have guys who know how to play when it matters. You got to have guys who find a way to win, because, finding ways to win in the critical moments is really what defines great teams, when you look historically, really in any sport. And, we just haven't found that yet. We've had a lot of great players and we've had a lot of great teams, but we just haven't had the teams who have done enough in the most important moments to get it done. And not even the big stuff. I'm not talking about, no-hitters and grand slams, but, just making the basic plays, guys, you don't go out and win the Masters by missing, 2-3 footers on 18, unless you're Scotty Scheffler and you got a 6-shot lead. But, it's the little stuff that you got to do right in the big moments to get over the hump. And we're just going to continue to be, I think, a fan base who really hurts until we find a team who can do that.
That was the most difficult thing to accept from Wednesday, because when you look at those big moments throughout the year, much more often than not, they looked like they belonged in those moments and were comfortable in those moments. But then there's a difference between a big moment in the regular season and the ninth inning in Omaha. That's always going to feel different. And I don't know any other way to put it, because these were, they weren't the easiest plays. Even the double play ball, you could think maybe you're not going to turn two on this. Robinette coming off first base. There's a lot of first basemen that want to try to make that play. 104-mile-an-hour top spun line drive is not the easiest thing to catch. It's just a catch that Davalon's made a lot of times throughout the year. That's the thing that's the most difficult to digest, James, is that they answered the bell at the big moments, a lot of the pressure moments in the regular season, and even in the postseason up until the very last half inning. And the other aspect of this too, James, is, and I'm kind of understanding this as I'm watching the reaction from a lot of other people that just don't even have a connection to college baseball. They're even saying that ninth inning is one of the worst things they've ever seen. And it's one of the worst things I've ever seen on a baseball field. I'm sure for you it's the same thing. It's just it happened to our guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. I was watching it outside. I went for a long walk in the dark. I needed to decompress. But, I know what that feels like, to know that you've messed up and know that you're better than what you just did, and there's nothing that you can do to change it. I mean, there's no way around it. You can't. There's no ifs and buts about it. To me, obviously, we have Eloy, who's, I think, defensively the best shortstop, probably one of the best college shortstops I've ever seen. I think he would tell you that that's a double play ball, that he's playing a little bit shaded, that, second baseman's there. It's hit hard enough. It's a righty. He was a little slow out of the box. I mean, he's going to get him out by 2 steps on a standard double play. I mean, I think he would tell you that. I think everyone knows that. So to me, that would be kind of the most egregious issue. Robinette, should you stay home on that? Yes. Is it something he's practiced a lot? Maybe, maybe not. But that's a little bit of a blunder. You got a top spin, maybe knuckling, maybe top spin, missile out there to Davalon and left. That's a tough play. To me, the double play is the biggest problem, and I think, like I said, Eloy would tell you it's the biggest problem, because obviously the runner at third doesn't matter. You don't turn it. You've got first and third. You still have the same situation. You turn it, the game's over. You don't. You got first and third. Well, that's the winning run is still at first, no matter what, depending on if you get the force at third or you don't turn it. And I think that he knows that. It's just a blunder in a big moment. And for me, I know, like I said, what it feels like to mess up, so I don't like being overly critical of the guys, but, it still hurts to be that close and to not come through in the big moment.
I got to ask you about the no-hitter, though, because, that's one of the things that's so difficult to just experience in those 3 days. The high of, and James, I think Gage's no-hitter will be on a short list of one of the greatest games ever pitched at any level in baseball history because of the dominance and where the game took place. And to go from that and then to the lows of Wednesday, it's just, I've never experienced that kind of high and low. But let me ask you about watching the no-hitter and the feeling of, oh my goodness, this isn't just a no-hitter. This is a no-hitter with 19 strikeouts in Omaha.
It kind of felt like a midweek game where your Friday night first-round ace faces a team from the north that hasn't practiced a whole lot outside early in the year, where it just looks like the hitters are overmatched every pitch. It just doesn't look like they're seeing it. They're not picking it up. They're not accustomed. And, and that's a great team. So I think his stuff was just that good that day. It's just a combination of stuff, deception, and matchup that just all came together really in a perfect scenario to just completely dominate them from start to finish. And then to go from, okay, wow, he's through no-hitter, we saved our bullpen, to, okay, wow, we won the next game. We still have a pretty good bullpen. Okay, we're going to face the guy at LSU who's kind of been in and out of the rotation, and Betelgeuse looks pretty good. We actually got a chance to do this, and then you can just feel that anticipation growing, knowing that there really was a path to get to the final.
Yeah, well, there was, but this was a great season too, James, wasn't it? Like we're still in the jet wash of the disappointment, and especially the way that unfolded. But and look, you've been part of a team that got to Omaha, but went 0-2 while they were there. That's difficult to just not comprehend. But it's once you get there, you feeling we're here to play for a national title. But when the season ends in Omaha, like that's the goal you always set, or is there something more that you're feeling for this program with the one thing that's missing?
Well, I think the players have put a lot of pressure on themselves to be kind of the catalyst to get DVH that trophy. I think that was a big talking point, and maybe that manifested itself in just too much pressure to handle in the biggest moment. I don't know. I've heard a little bit of chatter on that's something that weighed on them a little extra, that may have moved the needle, just putting too much pressure on themselves really in the last final big moment. For us, we were, I would say, more happy to be there because we weren't as good of a team than this team, who really, I think, had a good chance of winning it and was favored to win it. But I think you think back to the old cliche statement, it's better to have loved and lost than to never loved at all. I think that's kind of like our season. It's better to
to make a run and have the hope and have a great team and have a great coach and have a great program, than to be Missouri. You don't want to be Missouri. You'd rather be what we had and have a chance. And it doesn't work out. Well, you gotta regroup, you gotta reassess, and you gotta come back for more. You can't give up. And I think the program will do that. I think DVH will do that. They're going to go to the portal. They're going to keep recruiting. They're going to get guys on the road, and you just put your nose down and you keep going. And that's the same whether you're playing, hog baseball or in life. And I think it's a good reminder for all of us that, this is real people, real kids, and you just got to put your nose down and keep going.
James, what's it like when the season's over and everybody's going to play summer ball? How quickly do they leave to go to their summer teams? And then, what's it like when you're there? I've forgotten where you had played summer ball before.
Yeah, so I went to the Northwoods my first year, and then I had a spot in the Cape my second year, but I got hurt in that super regional, and so I didn't end up going. But Northwoods was a blast, man. I had a host family. I had a great host family. I really enjoyed them. And you get up there, you meet a bunch of guys from all over the country, and you go on the road, you eat crazy food, and you just kind of live in a different world for a couple months, trying to get better, trying to either get innings or get at bats, whatever it may be. Some guys are trying to go to the Cape. Maybe they're, thinking about transferring, they're trying to get their name out there. And some guys are just trying to refine their skills or be prepared to come back in the fall better and ready to compete. So it's an exciting time. It's a time to turn the page, but you're still kind of mourning the season too. So it's a little bit of a good light switch to get you out of that transition from realizing your season just ended pretty dramatically.
Well, the baseball season may be over, but the law never ends, and neither do law practices. You guys have to be very busy even here as the summer starts.
Yeah, I'm in a break right now at mediation. We just took a lunch break, so I said, that's perfect timing. And yeah, it doesn't stop. And, we're mediating today. We got a lot of issues on the table that we're working through. And, Monday I got a criminal case on Monday and then some other civil trials later in the week. And so, the wheels of justice keep on turning, as they say. And so, I'm enjoying it over here. I'm obviously still loving watching the team and, being a part of the program and the culture and everything. But I'm glad to be out of that world and not have to face the pressure and the criticism when it doesn't go well, and instead just be, minding my own lane in the law business.
Well, it's been fun talking to you throughout the entire baseball season, James. Always appreciate these Friday conversations, and I hope we'll do it again in 2026.
Yeah, Phil, thanks for having me on. I've really enjoyed it. And I've had a couple people call in and say, hey, we heard you and Phil on the radio. I want to hire you. And so, it's paid off a little bit. So, but I've enjoyed it. Appreciate the time, and I hope we can do it again.
Outstanding. All right, James. Always appreciate you. That's James Teague from the Teague Law Firm, former Razorback pitcher. He's been joining us Fridays about 12:15 all throughout the baseball season. You want to get a hold of the Teague Law Firm, 479-877-1688. They can help you with just about anything: family law, guardianships, adoption and child support, criminal law matters like traffic offenses, DWIs, and more. They're also online at Teague-Law.com. The Teague Law Firm, if they can't help you, they'll talk baseball. We'll open up the Lewis Automotive Hotline now at 877-377-6963, and we'll have more halftime right after this.
Rude behavior in a man. Won't tolerate it.
This is halftime.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Kind of like, well, what are you going to wear? And I was kind of looked at Clay. I was like, kind of what Clay has on right now.
This is halftime.
Make your dollars go further at Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal. Matching down payments up to $1,500 and employee pricing on new Fords.
Yes, and that's a beautiful thing, Tommy. You know, you get to buy the vehicle the same price as a Ford employee. And the big kicker here is we're also going to be matching your down payment up to $1,500. So, you know, let's say you went shopping and somebody told you had a little bit of negative equity. Your $1,500 down now turns into $3,000, and that's going to eliminate that negative equity, and you still get an amazing deal on a new Ford here at Harry Robinson Salisal Ford.
What about my trade?
Hey, Harry Robinson has always been the home of more for your trade. So come and see us. We want to buy your car. Even if you're not buying something from us, at least give us the opportunity to purchase the vehicle you want to trade. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, home of the more for your trade.
1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Salisal, and online at harryrobinson.com.
TGI Fridays on Rogers Avenue, Fort Smith has an incredible lineup for their meal deals. This includes crispy chicken fingers for only $9.99, served with seasoned fries and coleslaw. Whiskey glazed chicken slammers, $10.99. Buffalo chicken slammers, $10.99. Grilled salmon for $15.99. And Friday's big ribs for $14.99, all served with a side and fountain drink. Don't miss out on their happy hour. Karaoke on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and 50-cent wings on Monday. TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue, Fort Smith.
You've got the shoes, now finish the run strong. At True Grit Running Company, we've got the gear that goes the extra mile. Socks that fit and protect your feet and improve how the shoes fit, feel, and perform. Hydration bottles, packs, and belts to keep you going through the hot summer. And OOFOS recovery sandals and shoes, your feet will thank you. Because running isn't just about the miles, it's about the details. Come see the gear at True Grit Running Company, where every step counts. 6808 Rogers Avenue, Suite B, behind Chick-fil-A.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With the never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Do you want a fireworks display that will have your kids thinking you're the coolest parent in town? Then listen up. Hey, this is Coach Olenek, but you can call me Doug. I'm one of the co-founders of Fat Boys Fireworks in Van Buren, along with my friend Dwayne Froud. We have the largest kids table in the area with all the novelty kid stuff. Come see what we mean at 5524 Highway 59 North in Figure 5, Arkansas. People tell us all the time, I wish I would have come to Fat Boys first.
Fireworks.
Oh, look, fireworks!
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Find Halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Is this cover version better than the original, Matt? Not all of them are. This one might be.
You know, you got All Along the Watchtower. You know, Dylan did it. Hendrix did it. Dave Matthews did it. I always say the original has to mean something, because without the original, you wouldn't have the second one. So I celebrate their entire. It's like Beatles, the Stones. Why not both of them? Bowie, the Doors. Why not both of them? But yeah, I probably like Bowie. I would say I would put Bowie ahead of the Rolling Stones, 100%. Yeah.
My favorite cover is Led Zeppelin's "Dire Maker" by Sheryl Crow.
I like A Perfect Circle when they do When the Levee Breaks by Led Zeppelin. But yeah, so I'm with you right there. Sheryl Crow, she's a rock star.
Well, I mean, it's this incredibly sexy song that Plant's singing, but I don't know. It hits me a little differently when it's a woman singing it, when it's Sheryl Crow and not Robert Plant. I don't know. I mean, I love Zeppelin. Don't get me wrong, but there's something about hearing her sing.
I like it.
Probably something about hearing Doc in Omaha on the hotline, too, on the Lewis Automotive hotline. Maybe makes me feel like I'm listening to Sheryl Crow. Doc, how are you doing today?
I hope I don't make you feel like you're listening to Sheryl Crow, but we'll move on from that one, Phil. We'll move on from that one, guys. Hey, it's a good afternoon, guys. Y'all are having a great show today. It's a Friday. Y'all caught me at a good time. It's lunch break. And I'm from Omaha in Boone County, Arkansas, not Omaha, Nebraska, where my beloved Hogs just fell short once again. I'm heartbroken, but I think we're going to have a good weekend and get over it. What do y'all think?
It's a matter of what it is you need to get over it. And we all need something different. Some people need time. Some people need vacation. I'm not sure what it is I need. What do you need, Doc?
Well, I'm eating lunch right now, fried bologna sandwich. We've been cutting hay and working on the farm. Fried bologna sandwich is going to help me get over that. A couple other questions, though, guys. Couple questions. I'm going to shoot a couple to you, Matt, please, and then on to you, Phil, for a comment. Matt, a two-sport player at the University of Arkansas. Were you ever invited to go out and take batting practice, or were you ever affiliated with a baseball team? To Phil, everybody's calling in, giving you all these congratulations and respect, which I love, and I love you too, brother. And so how many people, one, are you retiring or leaving? Two, how many people would rather sit in their backyard or on their tailgate and listen to you and Bubba, like I would, than walk inside the house and find it on TV?
That's a good question, Doc. I don't know how to answer that, but I appreciate that that's what you do. I saw a great, I think it was a tweet from somebody that said he was at, I got to look this up here. It was during the LSU game the other day, and he's pulled over at a gas station, and everybody is listening to the broadcast in their cars. This was at Casey's in Corning, Arkansas. This was a tweet that I saw. Casey's in Corning, Arkansas. Every one of the pumps is listening to Phil Elson and Bubba Carpenter and the Hogs. And that's cool. It is. I love all the comments and that everybody wants to listen to the game instead of watch it. That's probably the best thing that a radio announcer could ever ask for. Ron in Lamar, you're next. Hi, Ron. What's up? All right. Well, you're not next, Ron. Kevin and Rogers instead is next. Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Hey, guys. It's my weekly call. Hey, Matt. What's going on, buddy?
Hello.
Hey, soccer team pulled one out. I just need a couple of minutes. I want to make a few comments.
Sure.
I'm not going to beat this to death. First of all, I want to thank you, Phil. I've been listening to you for the last 5 years, and you do such a great job. And I've heard you close out some games where we have lost, important games, super regionals, Omaha before, but I could just feel it more than I ever could feel it for you. And it's like you just got sucker punched. I'd never heard, it really, and I just feel for you with all the great work you and Bubba do. I could just really, it's almost like you were sitting in the room with me and my family watching the game and how we all felt. And that's a great radio guy. Because I'm a big fan of radio. One of my favorite, Mike Nell, I used to love to listen to him back in the day. And Matt, you know that about Mike and how great he was with Razorback basketball, Paul Hills. But that being said, I want to thank James Teague for a great call. I think sometimes we can sugarcoat stuff. You're going to have the fans that are just really mad, and I'm not mad. I played baseball. My grandfather played in the Reds organization. Mistakes happen, but I think sometimes you have to be constructively critical. And when I saw, the Robinette thing, that happens. Davalon, knuckleball, whatever. But the major mistake in that game was the double play, because those guys, I think it was a lack of mental focus at that time. And Matt, you played, sports baseball. When you see that, and I've played enough baseball in my life to know, the runner at second means nothing. Let's turn two, and that's what the infield should have been doing. And they didn't do that, obviously. And his focus was straight to third on a run that meant nothing. And, that's the bottom line. That was a mental flop. I mean, they did not communicate. No more than I think the bench communicated with Dave when he says, hey, we're going to walk this left-handed hitter. And Jay Johnson said, go ahead. I'll put a guy that's better than him at the plate. You don't walk Pearson, who struggled. You may not even deal with that. We can cherry-pick a lot of that stuff. But I want to thank the Razorback baseball team. They had a great year. I've said all year, I've watched a lot of baseball, Phil. I've told you this. I felt like LSU was the best team in the country, and I do believe they were better in Arkansas, only to the fact because Nolan Souza went down. I think when he went down, that changed our team a lot. I do. I'm not making an excuse, but I do think it changed our team a lot. He's going to be something else. I'd like to hear your comments on it. And the thing about the final, until someone can beat Coastal once, they're going to figure they're going to win it all. And they are a really good baseball team. They hadn't lost in a while. So LSU's going to have to prove that they can beat them and probably do it in their first game. If LSU doesn't beat them in game one, Coastal Carolina will be your World Series champ. And I'll let you go and listen to you.
It's like one of those immovable objects and the hardest thing kind of thing. It's you're facing Kate Anderson in a team that's won 26 games in a row. That's probably the best pitcher in the country and a team that hasn't lost in, I think, 6 or 7 weeks. But we're right up against a break, Kevin, so I thank you for the phone call. I'll answer some of those questions in a moment, and we'll wrap up hour number 2 right after this.
Who's the big winner here tonight at the casino? Huh? Mikey, that's who. Mikey's the big winner.
This is halftime.
You pay what we pay. Employee pricing is back at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. This is where you get the best deal on a brand new Ford with employee pricing.
Yes, definitely. Come down here and see us. Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, employee pricing on the new Fords that we have left in stock. Come and see us. I'm telling you, you're not going to want to buy a new Ford anywhere else. We want to take care of you. We don't want to just get you the best deal on the vehicle you're purchasing. We want to give you more for your trade. We want to give you the best customer service. It's the hometown advantage. We've got to take that little extra step to make sure that you're getting the best experience when you're coming to buy a vehicle.
Employee pricing will save you thousands.
Yes, employee pricing will save you thousands upon thousands upon thousands. And on the remaining 24 F-150s, you can get the special APR and employee pricing and rebates. Come and see us.
Employee pricing at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, on every brand new Ford. 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw.
Hey everyone, Josh Earnhardt here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Do you like doing business with local companies? Did you know that AAA Business Systems is one of only a few truly local office technology providers in Northwest Arkansas? Ask your current technology provider where their corporate office is, and let's keep your money in Northwest Arkansas. Buy local, support local. Call us today at 479-442-4185, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
Summer is here, and Gelco Outdoors has the outdoor gear for you. Hiking boots by Salomon, running shoes by Under Armour, fishing shoes by Extra Tough and Under Armour, dry fit fishing and outdoor clothing by AFCO, Ariat, Drake, Hook, and Under Armour. Take advantage of the hot summer deals on summer clothing with buy one, get the second at 50% off. See store for details. For all your summer fishing, Gelco has the gear. Hunters, get ready for bow season. Gelco Outdoors, your one-stop summer store, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
You will never find a boring old burger at Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Try the Wild West Burger, topped with a hot link, jalapenos, and Art's hot sauce. The Brisket Burger, with tender brisket and caramelized onions on top of their ham-pattied burger. Or the famous Art Attack, with house bacon, smoked ham, an onion ring, and a fried egg. There are 10 different burgers to choose from, and they're all $1 off every Saturday. Art's Barbecue Burgers and more. Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
Fords Grid Incorporated, a company known for paying top wages and benefits, has immediate openings for equipment operators, pipe layers, concrete finishers, and laborers. For nearly 90 years, Fords Grid has built the foundations of the River Valley, and now you can become a part of that legacy. Apply now from any device at GoFordsGrid.com. That's GoFordsGrid.com. Do you finally want to get paid well for your work? Do you want to work for a company that treats you like family? Apply now at GoFordsGrid.com. Fords Grid Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Yeah, got some there. Yeah, click, clack of your feet on the stairs. I know you're no scared, honey. You'll be a beast if you just come upstairs, but it's no hanging matter. It's no capital crime.
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at Hit That Line AR and on Facebook and Instagram at Hit That Line. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Matt, we were texting earlier this morning. I'm on that walk, and so I'm on a walk. I got shorts, I got my tennis shoes, t-shirt, hat, and then I'm coming across a guy who's power walking. He had this look on his face like he had something really important he was thinking of on this walk. In jeans, it's 94 degrees in Little Rock, and he's bringing with him on this walk a big bottle of Mountain Dew. And I'm thinking, these things really don't go together, do they? You walk in jeans, that's understandable, but going on a power walk with a Mountain Dew, I don't know. Is that like a pre-workout drink now?
I know that Mountain Dew has a lot of ingredients that are banned in other countries. They have brominated vegetable oil in there that is banned, and the FDA in America is not the same as it is in other countries. So I don't know about Mountain Dew. Are you a Code Red guy? Are you a Mountain Dew guy? I'm not a Mountain Dew guy at all. Like I will not. There's no reason for me to drink a Mountain Dew.
I'll drink a Mellow Yellow before a Mountain Dew. I have a little issue.
You got to have the Mexican sugar, though. I mean, or Mexican squirt, but you got to have the real sugar.
But if it's green glowing liquid, am I supposed to drink that?
It's like Secret of the Ooze. It turns you into a Ninja Turtle, I think.
Hogwild says that Mountain Dew is most definitely pre-workout drinks now. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot instead of a cup of coffee and some water.
It's like an American, right? Like you go into the gas station, you get 2 Mountain Dews and 2 packs of cigarettes, and it's just like, oh, I think I'm going to throw up now.
That was called college radio. That was the entire college radio station that I worked at age 21 and 22. Yeah, everybody had 2 packs of cigarettes, 2 packs of Parliaments for the day, and a large 2-liter of Mountain Dew to last them the whole day long. 877-377-6963 or Lewis Automotive Hotline. Golden hour coming up right now.
See dealer for details. At Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, Van Buren, there's never been a better time to buy. Stop in today and check out our huge discounts on new Chevrolets and pre-owns. No reasonable offer will be refused, and at Rhodes, we always give you more for your trade. Plus, we offer free pickup and delivery. You can even buy remotely. Stop in and let us show you the Rhodes way with our 2-year complimentary maintenance program on every vehicle sold. Experience the Rhodes way. Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, where you get the best prices, period.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission's simple: improve the quality of life in our communities. We've expanded to several non-member areas to help new communities. If you live in areas near Altus, Branch, Coxville, Mountainburg, Murray, Spur, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect may be available to you right now. Check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Wave Rural Connect will continue opening new areas throughout 2025.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high this afternoon will be into the lower 90s, mainly clear sky tonight, and overnight low will drop down into the mid-70s. Sunny skies, low 90s Saturday, and then more of the same for Sunday. Sunshine, highs into the lower 90s. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 71 days. Coming to you live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you. Oh, ask me if I'm all right. Well, can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field. You both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
The angles were so bad, we showed them at halftime.
What they were one Razorback.
Like, what in the world were we thinking?
It's vintage Matt Jones.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Welcome back. It's the golden hour of halftime. You're listening to ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. I'm Phil Elson, Matt Jones in our ESPN Arkansas studios, looking across from the unit Well, I haven't even asked him yet, Matt, about his halftime homework last week.
Well, we need a halftime air conditioner.
It made me feel even worse about
the air
flies.
condition unit. I've seen it's 77 degrees in here. Like, I mean, what are we doing?
It is
Like, we
hot.
got the best of the morning rush, but how about the best of let's get an air conditioner?
I'm about to go
I mean,
bump it down.
I'm sitting here sweating in the. I mean, what? I mean, seriously, guys. I mean, what? There's
It's not like
my
it's about to get any cooler outside
my skin's
either.
leaking right now, and I'm sitting here doing a radio show. This is really it's what are you gonna do?
I think it's called working up a lather.
Oh.
That's what it felt like sitting in the booth at Charles Schwab Field, because I always do the game with the window open no matter what. Air conditioning be damned. But you know what happens? It was 94 degrees when Gage Woods throwing that no-hitter on Monday. Yeah, we had a little lather worked up. First thing you got to do when you're done is shower. What do you think those guys, the first thing they want to do when they're done with a baseball game is shower? You know what they don't have for them at the ballpark? Showers.
I know a couple people around here that would like that.
I wonder sometimes if they have the shower in their house or their apartment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Mountain Dew and Parliaments, Hogwild said he would much rather go with Big Red and Marlboros. Should probably
That's
if you're
the
going
American. That's the American dream.
Cowboy Killers, is that what they
That's
or
right.
the Marlboro
forget
Reds?
it. Hey, forget about RC Cola and a moon pie. We're talking Big Red and Marlboros. That's rip the filters off those suckers too, Hogwild, right? It's like back in college. Back in college when I was a different person and really stupid, not as much more stupid than I am now. I'm just a little stupid. So you'd have all the friends, like Matt really is getting ready for cooling off.
I'm taking
right
my
now in
shirt
studio.
off. I don't care. I mean, this is ridiculous.
You need some sunglasses right now, Christian?
I'm gonna have to go buy a fan or something to bring it here because this is the type of business we work for. It's like
You should actually. What you ought to do is you ought to go drive down to Walmart, get a kiddie pool, put it in the studio, and then you can really cool off.
Give me some airflow, man. It's 78 degrees in the dang studio.
It's already gone up 1 degree since you brought it up. It was 77 degrees earlier, so you know what it's going
all
to be
this
by the end of
hot
the
air
show.
coming out that I'm talking about today.
You're going to be sitting in 83 degrees, Matt. Pretty soon the shorts will come off too. Be careful in there, Christian.
The back of the leather or this pleather is sticking to your skin when you get, it's like sticky. You're like, what's going on? Is this really our work environment?
I'm just going to go over here to my thermostat and turn it down to 65 while you're
Golly.
complaining about this, huh? That's the thing you're never supposed to. And I'm lucky about this with my kids and thinking the kids aren't here now. Gabe's at camp. My daughter is at is visiting my sister in Michigan. The kids never touch the thermostat here. It's like not even a thing for them at my place. Thank goodness, because usually that's the thing. You're never supposed to touch Dad's liquor. You always got to make sure that you leave the remote in the same place Dad left it, right? And don't touch the freaking thermostat. You ever try to share an apartment with somebody that wants the thermostat down at 60? Matt, is that even too cold for you?
Look, my thermostat in the summertime, it's like 72 during the daytime, and then at nighttime I turn it down to about 69. And then in the wintertime, it's more like 75, but it doesn't ever really, you got your heater on, but it's not if you turn the heater on, you turn it on at like 68 as far as your heater. But 72 is usually what my thermostat is set on during the daytime.
Morgan in Fort Smith texted on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. I think this is a legitimate question, but it feels like it's a rhetorical question. Why is 78 degrees outside perfect, but 78 degrees inside is miserable? Think about that. There's 78 degrees right there where you are right now. You're pretty miserable. That's why you took your shirt off.
Maybe the
if you
body
stepped
heat of
outside, 78 would feel really beautiful. It would feel perfect. Go figure.
It's the golden hour. We don't wear a shirt. We don't have to wear a shirt in the golden hour. It's all right.
You do not want me taking my shirt off right now. All of the listeners that are watching on our YouTube stream, look at the guns. It's the gun show at the very moment. 877-377-6963.
This is awesome.
The Lewis Automotive Hotline. He literally just did. You just pulled off the Hulk Hogan flex. Now, can you make your man boobs bounce?
I'm
Like
not
Hulk
even a
used
B
to.
cup. I got to do some more push-ups. My goal is by the end of the summer to be a B cup, but it looks like I'm stuck in the A cup world.
You and your mosquito bites, Matt. Oh boy. This was not the stuff that I thought we would be getting into.
It's a golden
here.
hour. What are we going to
It is as golden of an hour as we've ever had, and it's only been 6 minutes of it. Jeff in Broken Arrow, Are you wearing your shirt right now, Jeff? Are you? He's on our Lewis Automotive Hotline.
You better believe it. Nobody wants to see this. I promise you.
Okay.
I'm working outside in the heat and the sun anyway, so I'd scorch this flat body. So, first of all, happy belated Father's Day to you all. Phil, appreciate all the things that you talk about your kids and the love that you have for them. Matt, you honor your father by the way you respect so many different people. I love when Clay Henry's on, and you don't get in the way. You let Clay be the Hall of Famer that he is. So, thanks, and a belated happy Father's Day to both of you. So,
thanks very much, Jeff.
Yeah. So, Mr. Teague talked about it first at the bottom of the hour, and your last caller, I apologize for not remembering his name, kind of focusing on the most egregious mistake that was made was the not turning of the double play. And while that might be the most obvious, there was I hate to use the word comedy of errors, but errors that had taken place that put Vahiba in the place to have to even decide, do I take the force at third or do I make the double, try to turn the double play? It's so easy, and I know we're all processing this, and heavens knows I'm not a baseball aficionado, and I know it was probably the most obvious. But Vahiba's not in that place if after one out, the first play's not misplayed at first base, and Gibbler doesn't walk a guy to put another guy on base. There's just so many things.
When you think about it too, Jeff, with each mistake and with each runner that mistake produces, the pressure builds.
Little tension. Do you equate it to? More. Do you equate it to like in football? Like let's say we got a drive going, and then all of a sudden you get to about the 30-yard line, and then you take a sack, or you have a false start, and then now you're behind the change. Is that kind of how? Because then now you have to overcome that as well.
Absolutely, you've got so many things that just start piling on, and eventually, unless you're perfect, which obviously we weren't, then the mistakes start piling up, and you get the result that we did. So. You don't fault Davalon. I mean, if there's, and pardon me, I don't remember exactly if there was 2 outs when he made that play. If there's only a runner on second or only a runner on first, and he boots that ball, you're still only 1 run down. So there's just so many things that went in, and it's hard for me to just say, okay, the most obvious and most egregious was on the heel. So you hate it. We're all processing, and we're going to get through it. And I just have this sneaking suspicion already. Here we are, I think you said 8 months, 7 months till the first ball game of 2026 season. The guys that are coming back are going to use this as motivation. I just have that sneaking suspicion to do it better and get all the way back. So proud of my Hogs and always a fan. Happy Golden Hour and happy Friday to you guys.
Thank you very much, Jeff. 877-377-6963, our Lewis Automotive Hotline. Yeah, I mean, I've heard so many different opinions on what the biggest play of that 9th inning is. You could look at Robinette's error because that's the first one that opened things up. That first play, if you get that out, there's 2 outs and nobody on base. They're down to their final batter.
What if he doesn't even throw the ball? Like, what if he just holds it instead of, that may even, you may not see the errors after that because it's just a infield single.
The only thing if we can get in the athlete's mind at that moment, he ranges so far off the base, so he's trying to make a play that he's not going to hold on to it. Plus, I don't know if a good throw with Gibbler covering would have gotten him. It would have been close, but there would have still been a chance to get him out. The whole thing is just don't range that far off the base. That's one of the things that a first baseman, it's such a difficult thing to understand. My range, how I understand my range off of this position, really doesn't have anything to do with where the second baseman's going to be positioned. Robinette's got good range as a first baseman. It was a big thing why Kojal was learning first base on the fly. His footwork sometimes, that's an issue, not for him, but that's the thing you got to learn. But I think one of the biggest things you got to learn as a first baseman is, where does my range end? Where do I stop? Where am I not going after a ball? And this is also field awareness, knowing where your fielders are set up and knowing their strengths. So that was just a guy trying to make a play, but doing it in a way where he overfielded. He overranged himself, if that's even really a term. 877-377-6963. And all of them, they're all huge. I think it's really difficult to line one up after the other and say, well, this one means more, because sometimes one leads to the next. But then you can also look at this and say, well, if Reese doesn't go after the ball and Kojal makes the play and they get him out, well, you're probably going to win the game. If Eloy even tries to start 2, maybe things are a little bit different, because did you see the reaction for the infielders when Eloy threw to third base? Iredale caught the ball but looked totally surprised that the ball came his way. Robinette hustles over to cover first and is waiting for a throw that never comes. I think that even though they got an out on that play, I think they were stunned.
Something flashed. It was like if the runner flashed in front of Eloy because something made him just do it real quick. It's like he didn't think about it. He just went and did it, and you're like, okay, we got another out. But we all, hindsight's 2020. But something happened where, and I don't think he was trying to outthink the room or trying to get ahead of himself, but something kind of just happened, and he just it was like a default. He just went and did it.
In a one-run game, it's a play that could make a little bit of sense, but still, with the ball coming at him the way it was, and I saw Vahiva take a step up. I saw what was it? Ryan Theriot was on Ryan Theriot, former major leaguer, former infielder for LSU, was on an LSU podcast saying, well, he never took the step up, so that's why he threw to third. Well, watch the play. He did take the step up. He made the play expecting, I think, in his head to turn 2, but the throw didn't go to second base. That's one I don't think I'll ever understand, and I don't think Vahiva will ever be able to really tell you, what was going through his mind. It was all quick reaction at that moment.
Do you think he just wanted to make the easier throw in that situation?
The easier throw is still to second base. Yeah. He takes a half step to his right. The only way you really want to throw to third base is if it's a one-run game and there's less than 2 outs and a fly ball can bring him in, or if your momentum is carrying you to third and you can't throw to second base or you can't throw to first base. That's a backhand play. You make the backhand play, your momentum's carrying you to third, you throw to third. That wasn't what happened with Vahiva. He might have taken a slight step to the right, then stepped up for the ball, and that's how you field a ball that you're turning 2 with. But it didn't happen. So, by the way, and Matt had mentioned this in the commercial break, do people really think I'm retiring? There's been 2 or 3 people that have said don't retire.
Seems like the last couple of days we've had 3 people ask you if you were on to greener pastures.
I am not retiring ever. I will die in a radio booth. Like that's where it's all going to end. And at age 48, hey, there are professional athletes that retire in their 30s and their 40s. I am not that. I am not retiring. Not now. Not ever.
Hey, the stretching, the bone broth, your turmeric that you're getting in, you got at least 12 years left. I mean, I don't know about that after 12, but you're adding some years to your life right now.
Well, I'm going to go get a Mountain Dew during the break, Matt. 10 years, maybe 9 years.
Smokes too.
I know. Marlboros with Lucky Strikes. Yeah. Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen joining halftime after this break.
Our exclusive coverage at the 2025 College World Series in Omaha is brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, USA Fireworks Wholesale, First Star Bank, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue in Fayetteville, and McClarty Daniel.
This guy is dominating offensively. He's also a quality guy. We had more fun talking with him. He was a walk-on. Now he's an All-American. He also is brilliant. He's a great student. Last week he got his MBA. The guy is just what top football is all about.
I've been called everything. Clark Kent, Kurt Rambis, Drew Carey, you name it, I've been called it.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Employee pricing on every brand new Ford at Harry Robinson. Saddlesall Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Saddlesall. This will save you thousands of dollars on all the new Fords in inventory. Plus, bring your trade because no one's more aggressive and no one will pay you more. Troy, right now, you're needing more pre-owned vehicles. You've opened up the checkbook for pre-owned trades.
Yes, definitely. We need the inventory right now. Not only do we want to sell you a vehicle, we really want your trade-in. And even if you're in the market, if you're looking at buying somewhere else, you say, Troy, you just don't have what I'm looking for. At least give us the opportunity to purchase the vehicle that you're going to be trading in because, Harry Robinson is the home of More for Your Trade. We want to give you more money than any other dealer out there. So come and see us. Just give us a shot to earn your business and give us a shot to buy your car.
Employee pricing on new Fords at Harry Robinson, Saddlesall Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Saddlesall, and online at harryrobinson.com.
It's almost summertime. That means barbecues,
graduations, weddings, and gathering with friends. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store, full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio.
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text our used bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at wheelerpowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Try to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
So I'm also a Kawasaki guy.
Insurance company throwing you a curveball? Are they crowding the plate and not offering you a fair settlement? If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need an experienced attorney to fight for you. I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. Licensed in Arkansas and Oklahoma, no win, no fee. Call Mock Legal Solutions today for your free consultation. 479-769-1505. Real advice, reasonable price.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
Are you looking for a great deal on a previously owned vehicle but want to avoid high-pressure sales? If so, you need to visit Edwards Auto Sales in Roland. For over 30 years, Ernie Edwards and his staff have helped folks from Arkansas and Oklahoma River Valley buy a quality vehicle and offer a buy here, pay here program as part of their services. Some restrictions may apply. Come visit Edwards Auto Center newly remodeled facility, 3 miles west of the Garrison Bridge, the first car dealer on your right, or log on at edwardsautosalesinc.com.
Baby used to stay out all night long. She made me cry, but you done me wrong. But you hurt my eyes open, that's no lie. Tables turning now, my turn to cry. Because I used to love her. Run around with every man in town, spend all my money playing a high-class game.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Headed to our Lewis Automotive Hotline. Time to talk with Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen, Arkansas's favorite sports betting app. When you want to put a little wager on your favorite sporting event, you probably have Bet Saracen already on your phone. It's Arkansas's favorite sports betting app and has been since they debuted. Download it for your Apple iPhone from the App Store. Android users can get it from Google Play, the web browsers as well. Type it in, betsaracen.com. Happy Friday, happy golden hour, Neil. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. Had a little business travel this week. Was up in Philly for earlier and took a little side trip to Florida for the weekend, and got a red eye early on Monday morning, and is going to get back at it. But got a lot to do this weekend too, and a lot of good stuff coming up. Getting ready for football season and the fall and all the fall sports.
Well, the College World Series obviously has come to a conclusion for Arkansas, but you still have LSU and Coastal as far as that's concerned over the weekend. NBA Finals Game 7 on Sunday, Neil. I imagine that's going to get just a ton of attention.
Yeah, that's going to be off the hook because it's not competing with a whole lot of U.S. Focus facing sports, and I'm really glad. Last night I've got a little friendly bet with some people. and I went with the Indiana Pacers and took some odds on some friendly bets, and I really wanted to see a Game 7, more so for bragging rights. But yeah, I mean, it was good to get a Game 7 in the NBA Finals, because I think last year, it was really, really short. And but it's been an exciting series, and I'm just looking at the bet ticker just to get the feel and what everybody's kind of betting on a kind of a slow Friday afternoon compared to what we've had the last several Friday afternoons with the College World Series games and the regionals and super regionals. But a lot of people are, I see a lot of bets. A lot of people are putting money on Halliburton for MVP, and it's kind of interesting to see where the early money is on that Pacers game. It's kind of interesting. The point spread, people are going with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they're favored in that game by 7.5 points. But if you go to the money line, where you're getting plus 250, the anomaly is that there's 60% on the Indiana Pacers, because I think people are seeing some value there because of the 2.5 to 1 on their money. And they came out with a much lower over and under. The over and unders for most of these games in the series have been running about 221, 222. Came out at 215.5, and by that, we've got 86% of the money on the over for that game on Sunday. So, a lot of that can change if any news comes out or anything along that line between now and then. And of course, the most of the liability will come in on Sunday. But yeah, it's gonna be a nice conclusion of the weekend, getting to watch the NBA Finals on Sunday.
I think I meant to ask you this before, but you had just mentioned about the difference in the point line and the money line for NBA Game 7. And you always see these two put up next to each other on BetShares in whatever game it is that you're thinking about putting your money on. So, as I understand, if you're putting money on the spread, well, then the money only affects the spread could move. You're not going to affect the money line if you're betting on the spread, and vice versa. If you're betting on the money line, that only affects the money line, not the spread. Correct?
Absolutely. And the spread is the handicap that if you when we put out the initial line, what they do is they put it in their modeling, and basically what the model is saying, that Oklahoma City on paper should win that game by 7.5, and that's your baseline that you go through. And based on what that point spread is and what the expected outcomes in the hit probability, that's how we set the money line. Now, once the bets are posted and the money comes in, the money line can move differently than the spread, because people have an opinion that a team can win, but they're not going to cover this. I mean, that a favorite will win but not cover the spread, and you got people that will do 2A actions. And that's why when you could do parlays and things like that are correlated, that's why you want to kind of avoid that in most parlays, because the correlated bets are not going to make your bet necessarily pay more. You're not going to get a lot of value. If you win, if it happens, it's more likely you're going to win your parlay, but now you have two different scenarios where you can lose your parlay. So, when you're conducting the parlays and putting those correlated things in there, that's one of the things that you kind of want to look out for and get the most value for the money when you're putting a parlay together. It's easier to hit a 3-team parlay than it is a 5-team parlay. And if you're doing a 5-team parlay with correlated bets, you're not really enhancing your payout. You're just increasing your risk of one of the events not coming through for you.
So I know for NBA Finals Game 7, there's a 30% profit boost, but you've got to register for that on BetShares, right?
Yeah, and we try to make this really, really simple. Once you're registered and you have an account, all you have to do is hit the promo page and opt in, and then when you make your qualifying bet on your bet slip, you'll see it pop up that it qualifies, and you just click on it, and you get that 30% profit boost. It's easy as that. The reason we have to have you opt in is because you got to understand the rules and things of that nature, because we want you to be very transparent on what it does to qualify for a promo. We try to make it easy, but you've always got to put terms and conditions on there to make sure everybody understands what they're doing and if there's any limitations on the bet. But that one's a pretty easy one, and our customers are telling us they are really liking these profit boosts, and we're gearing a lot of promotions towards that. And we're going to reveal some new ones on Monday. Just a heads up, this is going to be the last week for the Parlay Club, and it's still not too late to get on that one. That's the one where you opt in, and then the cumulative values of the parlays that you make all week after you opt in determines how much bonus bet that you're going to get that we'll put on your account sometime Monday afternoon. That one's going to change up. Unfortunately, I can't release what it is because my competitors, every time I put one up, they kind of clone it. So I'm going to try to keep them on their toes. And I don't mind you coming to the app on Monday to check it out and see what we're doing.
Well, as I look at the app, there's a little bit of a different feel to it, especially at the top of the page. It looks like it's a lot easier to find events that are happening right now. This is a new button. It's a Live Now button. And I'm actually watching, I'm not watching a tennis match, but I see a graphic of a tennis ball that's being served over the net in the middle of this, and this is a brand new tab.
Yeah, and it's a modification of a former tab that we have. But yeah, when we did an update on Tuesday, and our updates are a lot easier because we moved to Amazon Web Services, so we don't have to take the site down very long to get the new updates. But if you have not updated the latest version of the app, make sure that you do that. It's a much cleaner interface. It's a little bit more crisp, and especially when you go to the account tab at the bottom, we've made it easier to find things like your transactions, to make your withdrawals, to make your deposits, to look at your stats, all the things like that, your communication preferences, setting your limits if you want to take a timeout or you just, you want to limit yourself, and all the different responsible gaming tools that we want to give at your disposal. So, and also it's going to allow us to put some more content up at the top where those banners are that will all be out before football season. So we're really, really proud of that. And what we've been able to do there. And you never stop. As soon as you do one update, we're already working on the next one for release the first week of August. And that's going to be the last release before football season. And like I said, years in the past, just because of the way things have done, we've had to put out releases and upgrades like 2 days before college football season starts. And we're just trying to be ahead of the curve and make sure everything's ready to go, because this football season, both with the NFL and NCAA, look like they're going to be off the hook, and it's going to be a lot of fun this year.
Neil, let's leave it there. We'll visit again in a week from today, okay?
All right, will do. And, everybody keep their heads up. I know this weekend with the NBA Finals, don't forget you got the Club World Cup going on. The WNBA is getting very interesting as it looks like it's becoming a full contact sport. And we are continuing our Angel Reese specials too, because people really like them and they're having fun with it. And we just couldn't help myself when I saw that meme, and so heck, we ran with it. And I hope y'all enjoy that. And everybody have a great weekend. And just so you know, Arkansas are betting on Coastal Carolina to win the World Series on the money line. It's kind of funny to see that. They are. It's only 51%, but yeah, they are betting on Coastal Carolina on the money line to win the College World Series. So I thought people would get a little kick out of that.
Neil Atkinson from BetSaracen, Arkansas's favorite sports betting app. Neil, appreciate you. We'll talk next week. Or we can open up the Lewis Automotive Hotline again at 877-377-6963. By the way, the Angel Reese specials. Angel Reese to miss her first field goal, minus 200. Yes, plus 150. No. To miss her first 2 field goals, minus 200, no, plus 150, yes. To miss her first 5 field goals, plus 1,000, yes, minus 5,000, no. I'm not sure if she's too pleased with some of these, but hey, that's what happens. You got a brand, and part of that is missing shots and rebounding your own miss. Let's come back. We'll be in the home stretch of the Golden Hour on a halftime Friday right after this.
Yo, Adrian, it's me, Rocky.
This is Halftime.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford to...
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Sandy White Perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Don't take less when you can have it all with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. There's the $5 Classic box full of craveable faves. The $7 Supreme box for your swankier side. And the $9 Cantina Lux box has a whole world of tasty indulgences, including the slow-roasted Cantina Chicken Burrito. Get Lux for less with the $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Roback's got the gear for your perfect summer days.
East Coast summers living on the run. Now the beachfront nights, fireflies and thunderstorms. Won't you kiss me, darling? Tell me that you're gonna stay. Yeah. Give me those East Coast summers, Maryland to Maine. Now the seaside.
Shop polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com.
Roback made finding the perfect pair of pants or shorts much easier. They're a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric. They look great on and off the golf course. So shop at Roback.com for the Delta pants and shorts.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. With baseball season in full swing, BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, scores, and even live in-game betting while the games are being played. We keep the dog days of summer rolling with the largest selection of odds on everything. With updated odds on the MLB, UFC, and boxing to tennis and NFL futures, BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering information. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. BetOnline. The game starts here.
To $1,500.
Matching down payments up to $1,500. Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford. 1 mile south of exit 308 off 540 in Salisal.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
So the guy that was power walking in his jeans in the Mountain Dew It looked like he would have been of age, that he's probably had a can of Surge at some point. Now, back in my college radio station, Matt, Mountain Dew was water, pretty much.
Jolt Cola? Remember any of the Jolt Cola? You get any of that ever? Yeah.
Surge was pretty much the Mountain Dewish version of Jolt. That's exactly right. When Surge was released, and this was about the same time that we were drinking Crystal Pepsi, the whole radio station made a switch. They switched. They changed brands from Mountain Dew to Surge, and we had this, called it the Rockathon. It was a charity event that we would broadcast, our little 20-watt radio station that only went into the cafeteria. It was the only people that ever listened to it, because we were basically broadcasting to ourselves. We were supposed to broadcast for 24 hours straight, and everybody thinks, well, we're just going to drink all this Surge in order to stay awake for 24 hours straight. You know how many of the people at the radio station just got sick from drinking Surge all day long? You can't do that. You just can't do that now. There's a lot of sugar that goes along with it too. I don't know. It's like, I guess we could just scoop powdered caffeine into our mouths too, but that probably has a pretty nasty effect as well.
Surge with the powdered donuts, man, that's good living right there.
Oh, by the way, just a little pro tip: if the air conditioning is broken, get yourself an ice bag and put it on your back, like I did in the car yesterday. I don't think I'm ever going to. Now, it's the back injury that I had going to Omaha. I'm pretty sure, I guarantee that this was because of all the driving that I had done for about 8 months. And so I healed myself on the drive to Omaha by driving 6 of the 9 hours with ice packs on my back. You don't even need the air conditioning going when you do that. And then I decide, you know what I'm going to do for the rest of my life? This is an old man thing now. I'm an old man at 48. No, I'm not retiring at 48, but I'll be an old man. I will never do a long drive will be 2 hours, 2.5 hours. That means every single time I drive to do the show with you in studio, Matt, or any time that we go out together, do a show at a restaurant or whatever, I'm going to have a giant ass pack on my back, and I will never have an injury from driving again unless I, crash.
Ice is an underused, underappreciated alleviator. Like, it really does. It takes your blood and your vessels, and it constricts them. And then when it goes up and your blood comes back and it expands, it loosens up your muscles. So it's a beautiful thing. I'm proud of you, Phil.
And it makes drinks cold too. It's just an amazing thing. Cecil's here with us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Cecil, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, fellas. Very blessed, very blessed. How y'all doing?
Doing okay. You sound like I think he's trying to convince himself that he's okay, man.
Two best words in sports.
No, I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. I got a 12-footer by 6. 2 of them I'm about to do for a hotel. Just a bunch of stuff, man. Just a bunch of stuff. But you know what I'm going to talk about. I want to talk about the Thunder, man. Look, Matt, I'm being direct to you, Matt.
Okay.
Hey, Phil, I'm gonna take my hat off to you. You are freaking very professional at that baseball, boy. You could be way up there in that, man. You call games better than anybody out on the earth. Well, you do really well. And thank you. And not only I said that, everybody hear you that comes in my shop say the same thing. So I ain't just saying it because I'm trying to get cool with you or be cool with you. You great, man. You really blessed to do that.
We're always cool, Cecil, no matter
you really need that private jet, though. University of Arkansas need to get you a little private jet, not no real big one, just for you and a couple of your peers to fly to these games like that, because you do a lot of traveling, man.
I think I just need a human jetpack. Just put it on like a backpack.
Oh, human jetpack. They got those now.
That's a real thing.
I've seen them. They got everything now.
Right?
$225.
That's what I'll use. In fact, I'll use that to fly to Game 7 on Sunday.
Okay, Game 7. Now, this is the thing. Oklahoma City should not even be in a Game 7. I watch it very well, and I know sports, man. I'm just not getting paid for it, but I know it. And that coach need to pack his bags and go, because he cannot coach a game that he's pressed on. He can't do it. The rotation, he don't know how to do the rotation. SGA is great. He got the MVP. I take my hat off to him. But SGA got to get everybody involved. Kobe Bryant did it. LeBron's still doing it. Michael Jordan did it. You have to get players involved. They are 13 deep. They got a great team. All season, they had a second and first and second squad. The second squad was with Isaiah, and I'm like, why is Isaiah not starting? He getting $48 million, $12 million a year, $48 million for 2 years. But it worked though. The first squad rest, second squad come in 3 minutes into the quarter. The last quarter, each quarter, the second squad come in, rest of the first squad, they blowing everybody out all season. Then when it gets to Indiana, which they already beat without Chet, they already beat them twice in regular season. He just get discombobulated. His brain just gets stuck and locked. He don't know what to do. He got so many choices of players. Just keep it the way it was and win the game. And he gave up yesterday, and it really pissed me off because I was on Bet Saracen. He gave up after the second quarter. Oklahoma City's been down by 20, 25 points and came back and blew them out. But and this is playoff, man. You don't give up. Every kick counts. And he just gave up. Now, I'm not saying, I don't know what he is. I know he's I don't know what nationality he is, but what's his name? That left Boston, they fired him, and they should have kept him. But Boston won a championship because of him, the way he put the team together. He went right down there and put Houston together. He's a hell of a coach. Oklahoma City need a coach like that because they got a really good team, and they're not being coached right. That's just my opinion. I'm sure everybody else see that too.
You're talking about
they will win.
Duco.
They'll win the game though.
Yeah, he got in trouble, UDOKE, but he got in trouble for freaking some higher up dude's wife. Like that's why they fired him. It wasn't because he couldn't coach. It was because somebody in the front office was having an affair with him, and that's why he got let go.
It was the guy, the owner's daughter. Yeah, it was something way up there.
Exactly. Yeah.
This sounds a little.
It was some way up there, man.
Jeannie Buss and Phil Jackson, but it's just maybe at a different level, huh?
But they sold the team.
Yeah, they did. LA did.
Yeah, they are.
They sold it.
Well, I guess are they still holding part of the ownership, and it's a $10 billion valuation?
Oh man, that's too much money for a lifetime. That's it. Hey, look here. I'm in here trying to pay. I'm trying to pay bills and every month, and I tell you, people just blessed, man. I mean, Jeannie was born into it though, but $10 billion that's a lot of money. But let me say this, and I'm gonna get off. The owner for the Clippers, he a damn fool. Excuse my French, but he got a lot of money. That man got more money than everybody in the NBA put together. He can own every team in the league if he want to.
Yeah,
he worked for $155 billion.
But he still traded SGA.
But he traded SGA. Ain't that something?
Hey, who wins, Cecil? Sunday night. How do you see it going down? What happens?
Well, the spread on Bet Saracen, I think it's 7.5, something like that. I figure they'll beat them by double digits. They're gonna kick their butts. But the thing about it, though, man, SGA, the coach, he has to call timeout. He see the man tired. Pull him out. Man, Isaiah's a great player, and if he do get traded somewhere, Isaiah's going to do really good in the league. He's a pure scorer. He can come off the bench and hit anything you want if you let him shoot it. But he gets in and hustles and stuff, and then Jalen, he just gave up. Second quarter, he gave the game away. Okay, we'll take him home, which is good to win a championship at home. You know what I'm saying? But why would you do that when you know you can do them right here? So, I don't know, man.
Last 10.
I think they need a new coach, though.
Last 10 for Isaiah Joe. He's shooting 50% from the field, 47% from the three-point line, 91% from the free throw line, averaging 14 a game in 25 minutes. He just doesn't get a lot of tick.
And then, Matt, check it out. They got Wallace in front of him. That man done lost his mind. He got Wiggins in front. Wiggins is good. Wiggins hit 17 game 2, then come back game 3 and play 2 minutes. That man don't know how to coach. He don't know how to coach.
Do you think they do fire him if they don't win the title? There have been people do this.
Let me talk to Pressy about that. I'll let y'all know later.
All right, Cecil.
Thanks, Cecil.
But hey, if he was in New York or LA somewhere in a big market team, he out of there.
Yeah, he's probably right. Always good to hear from Cecil. 877-377-6963. We got time for maybe another call or text if the chance arises. I was going to ask Cecil, what do you think about the basketball team playing the entire Elite Eight next year? If you missed it, we talked about it earlier.
That's
in the show.
pretty cool. That's pretty
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
You're going to have a home and home with Michigan State away this year. You'll be in East Lansing. You get Auburn twice, once home, once road. You'll have Florida on the road, Texas Tech in Dallas, Duke in Chicago, Alabama in Tuscaloosa, Houston in Brooklyn, and Tennessee at Bud Walton. Those are all 8 elite teams from last year. There can't be another team in the country that has that schedule. Can't. And if Cal's lining that up, what do you think he thinks about this team that he's got?
Well, we have some very talented freshmen coming in, Phil, and so I love it because we got to throw them in the fire. You got to see what they can do, start divvying up minutes, start having teachable moments. Because it is a jump. You saw what that Duke team did with a couple freshmen. Those were different type. I mean, those are 2 top 10 pick, number 1 overall pick. I think that other Duke guy is going to go in the top 5. I don't know how. I haven't seen these freshmen play. But if you're going to be counting on freshmen in March into April, you better start early, getting them some big time games early, and that's what he's doing.
And these are just regular season matchups against him. You know you're going to be facing 1 or 2 of these teams. If they're as good as you think they're going to be, you're going to face 1 or 2 of these teams in March Madness next year. Heck, you may even face them in April next year. Let's break. We'll have one more call. We'll wrap up the show right after this.
You're killing me, Smalls.
This is halftime.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
A lot of life can happen between sips of Dasani. You know, the life moments, big and small, that are worth getting thirsty for. Like organizing a family movie night under the stars. Or hearing an old favorite song and having an impromptu dance party. Or finding a new dinner recipe that the whole family loves. The crisp, clean taste of Dasani was made for all of life's thirst-worthy moments. Dasani, because life happens between sips.
Adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Start your next journey at Arkansas's #1 fifth wheel dealer, Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. No matter the size of your family or your budget, Wheels RV has a new travel trailer or fifth wheel to help you explore the great outdoors. And with our exclusive lifetime warranty on every new RV, you can hit the open road with peace of mind. Come see us on 412 in Tawnytown or check us out at wheelsrv.net. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Can you explain the infield fly rule? Neither can I, but I can help you navigate a variety of legal issues, from divorce to personal injury to estate planning. I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions, a new law firm offering affordable flat fees with payment plans available. You get an ace at the price of a minor leaguer. Now that sounds like a grand slam to me. Call Mock Legal Solutions for your free consultation, 479-769-1505. Real advice, reasonable price.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Are you paying more than $95 a month for your website? Modular Orange specializes in building professional custom websites for service businesses just like yours for $95 a month with no upfront costs. There's a reason lawyers, dentists, accountants, counselors, plumbers, and electricians all trust Modular Orange to build their online presence. And they don't stop there. They also offer SEO and digital advertising at prices that will blow the competition away. Ready to get started? Go to modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
Summer is finally here. Come check out Kofer's Boat Center's huge selection of boats with extra rebates for a limited time. Kofer's features low pontoons and fishing boats, Malibu and Axis wake surf boats, Caymas bass boats, and Kofer's has recently added the luxury line of Harris pontoons. Kofer's experienced professionals will answer all of your boating questions, and their award-winning customer service is second to none. Plus, they have the best boat storage option in town. Find them online at Kofers.com. That's COPATRS.com. Kofer's Boat Center, providing family fun since 1971.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
A smile on your face, but not in your you looking through me. You don't fit inside. Getting around, baby.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Shannon, thanks for holding, and thanks for listening and calling, too. Shannon's on our Lewis Automotive hotline, and will be the last caller of the day. Hey, Shannon, what's going on?
Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys. Happy Friday.
Thank you. You too.
I was going to ask you, Phil. I know Matt's had so many accomplishments as a player, and I think it's always interesting to hear people reflect on how they viewed those. But for you, the Gage Wood no-hitter, I mean, that's one of the most iconic moments in the history of Razorback baseball. We're going to listen to that. We're going to see that for years to come, and you're the guy that called it. And that was such a great call. You do a great job of kind of bringing people into that moment. And I was just curious, as the guy that called it, what's that like for you? I'm sure in the moment you're in it with everybody else, but when you reflect, is it like, hey, I nailed that, or does it really sink in that every time we see it, every time we hear it, you're going to be a part of that?
No, I've thought about that before, because we still play Mike Nail's call from the championship game in '94. You obviously still hear Paul's call of the miracle on Markham. I mean, these are the kind of plays that last forever, and the calls by the hometown announcer last forever too. And I'm mindful of that. So I think if you have a call like that, you can't help but think, oh, maybe I should have said this, maybe I should have said that. But I think the way it went down, it was great. All I think you want to do as an announcer at that moment is catch the emotion of the moment. And like there's levels of no hitters, I guess, right? To do that with 19 strikeouts, I was beside myself, Shannon. I just had never seen something so dominant. And I think, it sounded like that my shock came through with the call too. So it's the greatest thing that I've ever seen. But that also was followed 2 days later by the worst half inning I've ever seen or called. So that's kind of what made. And I think, look, you go to Omaha, you're going to expect your heart very well may be broken, and there's real big highs that go along with the wins. Every one of them is a high, but it's a roller coaster, man. I don't know any other way to put it. Just was the biggest high I've ever felt, followed by one of the biggest lows that I've ever felt. So I hope I was able to at least deliver how everybody else was feeling. Maybe match that. Shannon,
that word I was looking for. Thank you. I was just going to say the emotion. You really do a great job with that. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Shannon. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody else's comments about the broadcast. I do it because I love it, but I want to entertain you guys and deliver the broadcast properly while you're listening too. Matt, it was a good therapy Friday. I mean, it's not alliterative, but I think it actually worked again. It's very good stuff.
It was, yeah, man. These last two shows have been good, and I really do appreciate all the texters and all the callers.
Yeah, you can go find a place to cool off now too. Ooh, maybe I'll do the same thing. Step outside. That might be a little bit cooler than it is indoors for you. Hey, last thoughts on this Game 7 on Sunday? I'm going to watch it, so we'll talk about it opening Monday.
I'm excited for you to watch it. I think they're two evenly matched teams. I still think it's advantage Oklahoma City, but I'm looking forward to watching it as well.
Well, I'm going to root for the Thunder. I'm going to root for the Thunder because of the two Razorbacks that are on the team. I know Gennaro Pargo is an assistant for Indiana, but I'm going to go with the players that are Razorbacks on that team in Oklahoma City, and they're a little closer too. Hope everybody has a great weekend. And C-Movie, I guess we'll ask you about The Fly next Monday, and we'll assign something else too. Matt,
That's
have
gross.
a great weekend. Yeah, disgusting. It's basically what I was expecting you would say about it. That's a good one-word review.
It was interesting, though, for a movie just about a guy turned into a fly. It was pretty entertaining.
Now read Kafka's Metamorphosis and tell me what you think about that. Ruskin and Zach are coming up in a few moments. Our Eastside Liquor Halftime Podcast will be ready soon as well. And that's halftime for a Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll be with you Monday. Get up, get out, and get better.
Employee pricing on new Fords at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Salisaw. Troy, this will save you thousands of dollars, plus bring your trade because nobody's going to give you more.